You're watching the United Athletic Conference. It's here on ESPN+. For the first time in Abilene, Texas, two ranked teams will take the field against each other tonight. It's a resume-building type of night as well, as the Big Sky Conference visits the big country of Abilene, the fourth-ranked Idaho Vandals and the number 19 Abilene Christian Wildcats. As we welcome you inside the studios here at ACUTV, Andy Penny alongside Ryan Holmes. Both of these teams playing great in the early season, both at 2-1. It's not new territory for Idaho, back-to-back FCS playoffs. They were ranked in the preseason top 10. For ACU, new territory, ranked for the first time, still trying to get to that level of the Vandals.
Well, and that's exactly where Coach Patterson and the ACU Wildcats want to get into that playoff berth. It's going to be an exciting night with two great offenses and defenses.
Speaking of offenses and defenses, let's look at one of those matchups. The ACU offense averaging just shy of 38 points a game. They'll have their toughest test with these Vandals, the defense giving up less than 17.
And ACU's doing it, averaging around 480 yards a game. Maverick MacGyver doing a great job. Air raid offense, but not only in the air, but they like to do it on the ground. And you mentioned the Vandals defense. 11 times their opponents have been in the red zone, only 5 touchdowns. So the matchup is going to be, can the ACU Wildcats handle the Vandal defense?
Ryan and I will have the bird's eye view up top tonight. We'll have a third member of our crew down field level. That's our good friend Daisy Strine. Let's send it to her. Hey, Daisy.
Thanks, guys. Today's game is making history, marking the first time this stadium has hosted a top 25 ranked matchup. ACU ranked number 19, moving into today's game, facing number 4, Idaho. The last time they beat a top 5 ranked team was against Northwestern Missouri in August of 2009. ACU won that game 19-14. Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
Beautiful night tonight. 89 degrees. Will be in the 80s until games end. Sunny weather. Beautiful night for a top 20 matchup in the FCS. The Vandals at number 4. The Wildcats at number 19. Idaho won the toss, deferred to the second half. So the Wildcats will receive. They will move north to south. The Vandals south to north. First time ever these two have met, as Daisy told you, both teams at 2-1. It's a top 20 matchup, and we are underway from the big country in Abilene. The kick will go out of the back of the end zone from Owen Adams. It's a touchback, and that'll set up Maverick MacGyver and company, making his 24th start as a Wildcat quarterback. He's one of just 2 FCS quarterbacks who's already gone over 1,000 yards passing on the year without an interception. 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Here comes Maverick MacGyver in the ACU offense.
Yeah, again, Maverick MacGyver coming in. Great year, 1,000 yards already on the season. Great crowd here tonight. Looking forward to seeing this Vandal defense and how the Wildcats handle it.
Sam Hicks gets the start at the tailback spot. No Rovon Banks Jr. tonight, so one of the 4 members of the stable not in uniform. It's Hicks out of the backfield who catching the flat far sideline, and he's out close to a first down. Again, Hicks the starter tonight, the 5'9", 190-pound graduate student, the transfer from Central Michigan. Right at the first down sticks, he'll pick up 10.
And that's always a positive thing, Andy, getting a big start, first down. Great job by the Wildcats and getting the chains moving early.
MacGyver, again, just one of 2 quarterbacks over 1,000 yards passing on the FCS level, 1,032, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He'll stretch the field, just overthrown. Trey Cleveland, the intended receiver, but just overthrown and incomplete. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Wildcats. Trey Cleveland, Blaine Taylor, Nehemiah Martinez in that starting receiving core. Jed Castle's the tight end. One change on the offensive line. George French gets the start at right tackle tonight. The interior of the offensive line all making their 15th consecutive start. Here in an ACU uniform, MacGyver out in the right flat. Hit as he throws. This pass falls incomplete. Good pressure off the edge. It's the preseason All-Big Sky Conference Dallas Afalava with contact on MacGyver, and it's quickly third down.
Yeah, and we probably anticipate a lot of pressure. That's going to be one of the keys, is the pressure of the Vandals, putting pressure on Maverick and making him stay uncomfortable in the pocket.
ACU third down conversions just shy of 40%. They're 20 of 51 on the year. It's a Vandal defense that gets off the field well, 36% the opponents on offense. Third down conversions. Third down and 10 from the 35. Pressure coming. MacGyver hit again as he airs it out. This one just underthrown into double coverage. Flag flies. Looks like we'll have our first pass interference here on the Vandals.
Blaine Taylor on the route.
Automatic. First down.
Had a little coverage right there. Penalty. You're going to advance and continue the drive here for the Wildcats.
So the penalty will give the Wildcats a new set of downs. First down and 10 right at the 50-yard line. It's a Vandal defense, again, giving up just shy of 17 points a game. Held Albany last week to 13, Wyoming the week before to 13. First and 10, ACU right at the 50-yard line. Hicks, his first handoff of the night, his first carry, met right in the hole. The pile will fall forward. Short gain. ACU on the year, 480 yards of total offense. It's third in FCS. Majority of that through the air, 344 yards passing, 137 on the ground. Coach Jason Eck of Idaho said this was a fun scout this week. He compared ACU's offense similar to Eastern Washington out of the Big Sky. Second down and 7 here. Play action for MacGyver. Looks near side, just overthrown and incomplete. Another third down and long here. So we'll take a look at our impact players, Hodge.
Sam Hicks getting the start again tonight at the running back position. Already seen him. He's going to be carrying a lot of the load tonight. And of course, Nehemiah Martinez, a very versatile weapon for the Wildcats.
James Henry on the defensive side, 6 sacks already for the Vandals. 3-man pressure. This time, MacGyver a chance to stretch the field again. This one overthrown, his first interception of the year. And on the return, Kyron Beecham. Beecham has it back out to the 35-yard line. And the first takeaway of the year, the first interception for MacGyver. Beecham the INT.
Maverick steps up, throws it, just overthrows Cleveland for, again, as you mentioned, Andy, the first interception of the year for Maverick. And now let's see what takes place here for the first offensive possession for the Vandals.
Yeah, that'll set that offense on the field. You'll see the starting quarterback for Idaho making his third start. The redshirt freshman, Jack Wagner, 6'4", 190 pounds. Tualatin, Oregon. He came in late in the Oregon game, first game of the year for the injured Jack Lane, who broke his collarbone. Has played well each of the last 2 weeks, leading the Vandals' offensive lead. And 2 victories for Idaho. First and 10 right at the 30-yard line. They'll start on the left hash. Play action. First pass is a deep one down the field. One-on-one coverage, just underthrown and incomplete. Jordan Dwyer, the intended receiver. Both teams stretching the field here early.
Yeah, you want to try to see something big there. Again, Wagner steps in, trying to get comfortable after the big turnover. Big pass up there, just falls incomplete. That's in second down for the Vandals.
Wagner on the year, 22 of 43, 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Manages the game well. We'll see about 20 pass attempts out of Wagner. They really want to run the football, do the Vandals. Second and 10 from the 30. It's Eli Cummings in the backfield. His first carry off left guard. Push the pile forward. He has about 3. The only Texas native on the roster, one of our impact players, right?
Yeah, again, Eli Cummings, one of the impact players, one of the lone Texas player on the roster for the Vandals. He's going to be able to try to take some of that load off of Jack Wagner at quarterback again. Still getting settled in as the starter.
Elijah Moffitt, David Oakey for the Wildcats. Oakey, the nose guard, the staple of that defensive line. Moffitt on the backside. Third down and 7, an empty backfield. Wagner center of the field, quick curl, and the pass is caught. That's enough for a first down. First catch of the night, Alex Moore, the tight end, 6'6" junior. And Idaho will keep the drive alive. 10 yards on the pass and catch.
And Coach Sessler, the offensive coordinator for Idaho, really likes tight ends. One of that's in the NFL right now, Dallas Gardy's coached him. You're probably going to see a lot of tight end activity in this Vandal offense.
First and 10, new set of downs at the 43. Mike Martinez, a tight end. Jake Cox also in the backfield. Whistle and a penalty flag. And it's in the area of a false start here on the Vandals.
False start. Offense number 14, 5-yard penalty.
Second penalty here on Idaho out of the early going. And this is a fun one. Again, the first time these two teams have played. First time ACU has been in the FCS top 25 in their Division I history, just over a decade old. Trying to get to the same level as Idaho, back-to-back FCS playoff appearances. 2-1 start this year under third-year head coach Jason Eck. Behind the sticks here, first down and 15. Cummings coming left. He'll spin back, gets the penalty yardage back. It's a tackle. Chris Wright, the redshirt junior, outside linebacker, the transfer from North Texas. 4-yard gain. Cummings, again, the only Texas player on the roster for the Vandals. Ask his teammates who might not have a family coming to the game if he could borrow tickets. I think Cummings ended up with 40 to 50 tickets on the night. 3-hour drive from Abilene here to Waco. Second down and 11. Straight drop, Wagner with pressure. This one knocked down. To our impact player, Elisha Moffitt, got his left paw on it. It's third down 11.
Yeah, screen was coming, got his hands up, knocked the ball down. Now, this is one of the things that Coach Patterson had talked about, third down efficiency.
Idaho has really struggled on third down this year, just 21%, 7 of 34. Third down 11 at the Idaho 42. Wildcats show pressure. Will they drop and play coverage? Yes, they will. 3-man pressure. Cummings out in the flat, off his hands and incomplete. So the turnover looks like it will not affect the ACU offense as the defense is held. Idaho will punt the football for the first time tonight.
And that's a confidence booster for the Abilene ACU Wildcats, being able to bounce back from the turnover opportunity here to get the ball back and take it down against the Vandals.
See LJ Harmon punt formation, averaging just over 40 yards per punt. Nehemiah Martinez back at the ACU 10. Snap is back, and here's the kick. Martinez will play it on a hop at the 5-yard line. And he's back out to the 9. Just underway in Abilene. Both teams have had it one time. Wildcats will get it for their second possession. Beautiful night in the big country. We're scoreless early. Back in Abilene, we are scoreless. Second drive for the Wildcats. ACU, their first interception of the year, Maverick McIver interception. They start deep in their own territory this time. They'll stretch coming right. Hicks out across the 15. Good start to this drive. Ryan, let's look at tonight's keys to the game. First for the Wildcats.
Keys of the game we saw early is Maverick in the spot, wants to stay comfortable in the pocket, and the other is play action hits, want to be able to create off of the run game. And then, of course, on the defensive line, on the line of scrimmage, and we've already seen the AC Wildcats get off the field after the turnover.
7-yard gain for Hicks. Second down at 3. He'll get it on a swing pass, left flat. All sorts of yellow helmets around him. No gain at all. We'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. A third down and 3 coming up. That interception by Maverick, his first interception in 225 pass attempts. That stretches out over the last 6 games. It's the interception by Kyron Beecham on that first drive. Third down and 3 here for the Wildcats. It's a 4-receiver set, twins to both sides. Castles comes motion into the formation. Maverick a square in, double coverage, almost intercepted again. Dwayne McDougal is hands on this one. The defensive back coming up and almost undercut the route. It falls incomplete. It's a 3-and-out series. Idaho defense off to a nice start. 1 turnover, 1 3-and-out series.
Yeah, and it's a little similar to the turnover. Turnover on downs. Nehemiah Martinez, the intended receiver, broken up, and now an opportunity for the Vandals to start winning that field position.
Granton Nickel will punt for the first time tonight. He averages 43 on a punt. Andrew Marshall at the Idaho 45. Nichols a high punt. Marshall getting underneath it. Fair catch called and made at the 42. We anticipated a defensive battle. That's how we've started 5 minutes in. We're scoreless in Abilene.
Into a profession with an MBA. With the flexibility of ACU Online, I was equipped to travel and work while finishing my degree. ACU gave me the skills to become an entrepreneur and do what I love, telling my clients stories.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
Christian University, pretty September Saturday evening here in the big country of Abilene. Great crowd here at Wildcat Stadium as well. We're anticipating a full house tonight, 12,000. It's happened just a few times here over the course of the stadium's history. But Ryan, I guess that's what you get. 2 top 20 teams in the FCS doing battle for the first time.
Yeah, 2 top 25 teams. Also family weekend for ACU as well, so a lot of visitors in town to watch this great matchup.
ACU already has a conference game under their belt, a victory versus West Georgia 2 weeks ago, 38-24. Idaho starts Big Sky Conference play next week, their 4th road game of their first 5 games at UC Davis next week. They'll get their 2nd series, 1st and 10. They'll start on the 42. Wagner 1 of 4 on his first drive. Cummings carried the ball twice for 7 yards. 1st and 10 on the 42. Wagner play action, wants to air it out again. Backside corner route, has a receiver down inside the 30. And the catch is made. First catch for Mark Hamper, the 6'2 freshman. Behind the defense down inside the ACU 30. They'll put it on the 25.
And Wagner plenty of time to sit in the pocket, little play action with Cummings, and then fights Hamper for the big gain. Again, wanting to win first down, and the Vandals are doing just that.
Hamper 8 receptions, 165 yards on the year. Had 3 for 74 versus UAlbany last week. Has 33 on his first catch here tonight. Idaho will run their first play in ACU territory from the 25. 2 backs in the backfield this time. More play action. Wagner rushed off out of the pocket. He'll get to the near sideline. Flag flies behind the play. There's also a flag in the secondary. We'll check both flags, but again, one came from behind the offensive line. One is in the end zone. Might have offsetting penalties and about to do first down all over again.
I know on the end, Will Schaefer was being held on the right defensive end. I saw that one. I did not see anything in the end zone, Andy.
Fouls on play by each team. Holding, offense number 28. Holding, defense number 7. Those fouls will offset. First down.
So offensive holding, Nate Thomas, number 28. Also defensive holding on the Wildcats down in the secondary. So offsetting penalties, we'll do 1st and 10 at the 25 again. This Idaho offense, very balanced, 140 yards a game on the ground, 147 through the air, 287 total. 1st and 10 again at the 25. Wagner more play action. He'll hit his tight end. First catch of the night. Jake Cox will make the catch. Cox listed out of El Paso. We said Cummings the only Texas guy. Cox did play his high school ball in the state of Texas, but his dad Mike was on the staff at UTEP at the time. He played at El Paso Coronado. His first catch gives him 8.
Yeah, and again, Cummings setting up that play action.
2nd down and 2 at the 17. Wagner, quick pitch coming left. Cummings nowhere to run. He's dropped by the defensive line. It's Jerry Lawson, the 6'2", 290-pound sophomore. He's there first. Big play on 2nd and short. It's a 5-yard loss. It's 3rd down and 7 back outside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Lawson untouched there. going in and making the big play there, an opportunity for a third down win for the Wildcats.
Idaho is 7 for 7 on red zone trips this year, all with touchdowns. This is considered a red zone trip after the play from the 17. It's now 3rd and 7 from the 22. Wagner, an empty backfield. Throw fade pattern into the end zone. A dive and a catch for the touchdown. Jordan Dwyer. And Idaho strikes from 22 yards out. Beautiful pass and catch. Wagner to Dwyer. Idaho scores first.
Yeah, Wagner sets in there, throws it up. Dwyer with a big catch. And again, that's another red zone touchdown for the Vandals.
Dwyer did not see that ball until the very last minute. Got his head turned, extended the arms, and made the catch. His 3rd touchdown of the season. Cameron Pope in for the PAT. He's perfect on extra points in the early year. This one is on the way, and it is good. Wagner to Dwyer, 22 yards on the touchdown. Idaho breaks our scoreless tie. They've got the early 7-0 lead. Jack Wagner to Jordan Dwyer, the 22-yard touchdown pass. Idaho on the board here halfway through our first quarter of play. A 4-play, 58-yard drive. Ryan, Jack Wagner looked good through the air. Majority of that offense coming through the passing game.
And being able to continue, that confidence is going to grow. We mentioned he started first 2 starts. This is only the 3rd one of the year. Getting some confidence and really being able to throw the ball well against this Wildcat defense.
Adams will approach the football and put it back in. His first kickoff was a touchback, and this one will do the same. Lands on the white turf outside the end zone. And here comes the ACU offense. They'll start at their own 25. Maverick thus far just 2 of 7 through the air with his first interception on the year. Both catches by Hicks. Both rushing plays have been in the belly of Hicks.
And we talked about one of the keys of the game was being able to stay in that pocket. And Maverick's been able to do that, but it's kind of tried to force some things into some double coverage. And so we'll see if the Wildcat offense can get rolling. 2 backs in the backfield. You see Isaiah Johnson back there with Hicks. Johnson, his first carry, dive power play. He'll push out to the 30-yard line. Hey, let's look at what's at stake tonight, Ryan. It's a big game here in the big country tonight. Well, it is. It's a big resume builder for really just a United Athletic opponent for Idaho. They want to keep rolling. You mentioned it in the pregame, that back-to-back FCS playoff appearances, they want to keep it in ACU, first-ranked opponent.
Johnson will get it again, left side, nowhere to run this time. Good push by that defensive front. See Sam Brown on that defensive line. Xavier Slayton on that defensive line. And another 3rd down here for the Wildcats. They're down about 4 from their own 31. 0 for 2 here in the early going on 3rd down plays. Third down and 4 from the 31. MacGyver square and overthrown off the hands of Taylor, almost intercepted again. Taylor ran a quick curl just right at the first down marker. Just thrown up high and incomplete. Coming in behind the play, Dwayne McDougal almost, had he been looking for the football, may have intercepted it. He was going to make the tackle. And
yeah, Taylor kept moving, didn't set in. Maverick just kind of a little bit behind him, and really fortunate not interception number 2.
So Nickel in for his 2nd punt. Marshall back deep. Good chest high punt, and this one's a high spiraling punt. It'll push Marshall back all the way inside his 20-yard line. Chance to return as he gets to the center of the field. And up the hash out across the 25. So good start for Idaho. We knew they would be impressive defensively, and they have been 3 series in. A takeaway and 2 punts that have been forced.
They have been forced. And Andy, the other thing that's been big is Idaho's been able to score in all facets of the game. Had a punt return last week as well. And so ACU got to find another way to get this Idaho offense off the field.
75 yards of offense for the Vandals, 73 of that through the air as Wagner's 4 for 7 for 73 yards. Cummings has been bottled up thus far, 3 carries for just 2 yards. It's been the play action for Wagner to open up the field. Here on 1st and 10, more play action, wants to go vertically again. He will. Dwyer, post pattern, deep pass, overthrown, incomplete. Tyson Williams on the coverage. Falls incomplete. You know, Wagner last week missed on some passes, and Coach Jason Eck mentioned that in his press conference. Going to be a little sharper in the passing game, but he was very complimentary of Jack Wagner on the other side of that. But nice job protecting the football. He hasn't turned the football over. He's getting used to getting hit again. He said his first start a few weeks ago, Coach Eck said, those Wyoming boys are a little bigger than the high school guys who have been tackling him the last few years. Wildcat set up here is in the backfield. Cummings, he'll take the snap, he'll keep it off the right side. Breaks the first tackle across the 30 to the 33. 3rd and 5 coming up. Hey, let's send it down to Daisy Stride down on the field. Daisy.
Thanks, Andy. We've got some familiar faces on the sidelines here today. Nick Holt, the defensive coordinator for the Wildcats, is the former Idaho head coach. Holt spent 8 seasons as an assistant coach at Idaho and spent 2 years as head coach. In his time at Idaho, he coached alongside the current Idaho head coach, Jason Eck. Andy, back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Daisy. One of the great storylines here. Coach Holt now on the ACU staff. Coach Eck was on his staff at Idaho. Quick 3rd and 5. That's right at the stick. Should be enough for a first down. I believe 2nd catch of the night on for Alex Moore, and it is. And it is enough to move the sticks for the Vandals. Here's a look at those coaches. It's Coach Holt down in the middle, the head coach there 2004-2005. Coach Eck, the current head coach of the Vandals, was on that staff. And Coach Eck gave credit to Coach Holt. He said, hey, it was really my first job. And he goes, it made me a candidate for the head coaching job now, 20 years later, because of the familiarity I had at the University of Idaho. 1st and 10, here's a reverse. Dwyer coming left. Wildcats have strung it out. Well, they'll make the tackle, ankle tackle. Dorian Plumley out of the secondary.
Yeah, a little trickery, trying to open up the playbook here. Dwyer already a touchdown pass tonight. Very versatile weapon for the Vandals.
Plumley and Williams, good job of getting off of the blocks, able to make the tackle. 7-0 Vandals as 3:45 left here in our first quarter. That's Cox in motion. Wagner rolls to his right. And comeback pattern in and out of the hands, incomplete. In front of the sticks, a chance for another first down. That intended for Hamper, who already 1 catch tonight. Just could not quite haul that one in.
No, Wagner on the roll, getting a little bit of pressure, but unable to make a great play there by the Wildcats defense. Now an opportunity, Andy, to get off the field again and give your offense and Maverick another opportunity.
Tyson Williams in coverage there for ACU. And Idaho just came in 36% defensively on 3rd down conversions, just 21% 3rd down conversions. Now a whistle and a timeout. Keith Patterson, defensive coordinator / head coach, wanted to go ahead and call a timeout here. Wanted to make sure he had his right personnel and his right play call. And he'll burn the timeout.
Well, and it's a great opportunity, Andy, to be able to kind of start changing, getting a stop here, being in the right spot, and being able to change that momentum and kind of get it back to the Wildcat side.
Keith Patterson talked about the game last week versus Northern Colorado, the Ritzy Vase field goal on the last play of the game. 54-yard field goal that gave the Wildcats the win versus Northern Colorado. But Coach Patterson was quick to say we didn't play very well last week. We were able to get the win, but didn't play very well. He said we've really been distracted since that Texas Tech game 3 weeks ago now. He said we played so well. We got all the attention and the hype. We had the bus wreck after the game that created some attention. We were ranked for the first time in the top 25. He goes, we've really been distracted. We're distracted. He said this week we felt better. Our preparation was better. Our energy was better. Our focus was better. He feels like it's back to the team that he wants to see on the field. 3rd down and 10 here. Stretch play Cummings coming left. Be shy of a first down across the 40 to about the 41. And a late flag, now a second flag flies. A little extracurricular after the tackle. Forward progress had stopped at the 41 for Cummings. 2 late flags fly. This is either a late hit tackle or retaliation. Boy, Keith Patterson is not happy with the officials on the near sideline.
Foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 2.
No, because that's a big deal. You get the
15-yard
stop,
penalty.
about to
It's
get
an
the punt
automatic
team
first
out on
down.
the field, and they call a extracurricular, and now that 3rd down efficiency takes a hit.
You'll see on the replay, forward progress had been stopped. Jordan Mooks knocks him down, and there's the penalty flag in the shot.
And I think the picking up and maybe bringing him down to the ground might have instigated the flag. But again, a lot of things going on there. Definitely Coach Patterson not a fan of that.
So on what would have been 4th down, it's a new set of downs. Back in ACU territory at the 44. Another reverse pass behind the defense. Hamper, he's got it in the end zone. It's an Idaho touchdown. Double reverse pass. Wagner to Hamper. 44 yards. The Vandals strike for their 2nd drive in a row. 13-0. Extra point to follow.
Yeah, again, Stressler and the offense taking advantage of the big play, if you will, from the penalty. We've already seen 1 reverse. Now we've added a pass to it. And Wagner with another touchdown pass.
Hamper's first touchdown of the season. He's made this a 2-score game. Pope is in for the extra point, and it is up and through. 3 minutes remaining in our first quarter. Idaho a 14-0 lead. Jack Wagner already 2 touchdown passes and 120 yards passing tonight. ACU got caught in the secondary with their eyes in the backfield, and the double reverse pass to Hamper for the touchdown.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and again, got behind the defense. And again, a lot of that momentum right now is staying on Idaho's side with the big penalty. You didn't get the stop if you're Coach Patterson and the Wildcats, and Wagner and the Vandals offense capitalize on it. And now Maverick another opportunity to get in a rhythm and kind of extend a drive here. Again, 0 for 3 on 3rd downs for the Wildcats.
Keith Patterson is still giving his opinion to the officials on this near side. Here's another look at the touchdown. Hamper behind the defense. In his first touchdown of the year, he's had some impressive stats on the year. 8 receptions, 165 yards, but has not been in the end zone until that score there. Here comes the Adams kickoff. And another deep boot and another kick out of the back of the end zone. All right, Ryan, Maverick MacGyver and company back on the field. Down by 2 scores now. They've got to get something going offensively.
Well, one of the benefits is this is not unfamiliar territory for the Wildcats. They've been behind before, but they do have this very tough Vandal defense. And just kind of get rolling. Get that first 3rd down conversion. Maybe create some big plays here with Hicks. And also find a way to continue to get Maverick comfortable in the pocket.
ACU did trail Texas Tech 15-0 in the first quarter up in Lubbock 3 weeks ago. Came back to force overtime before losing 52-51. Maverick a nice pocket this time. Over the middle. And a first catch of the night. That's Eddie Henry. Brian Itty Henry, as we call him, redshirt sophomore tight end. And let's go down to the field with Daisy Strine. Daisy.
Thanks, Andy. Looking at offensive drives this season for the Wildcats, they're averaging 38 points per game. Maverick McIver has thrown for over 1,000 yards this season, the second highest in the FCS overall. They're going to need that momentum here on offense. Andy, back to you.
Henry gets 12 on the first play. Now Hicks is loose in the second level into the secondary. Back-to-back plays here for the Wildcats with first downs. Hicks has 12 more.
Yeah, and we mentioned it in the keys to victory that in impact players with Rovon Banks out, Hicks was going to get a lot more carries and a lot more action tonight, and it's taking advantage of that.
Hicks last week, 65-yard touchdown versus Northern Colorado. Also scored one through the passing game. A whistle here by the official. Might just be a reset of the play clock, and it is. Back-to-back double-digit plays, 1st and 10 at the 49 for the Wildcats. Empty backfield for Maverick. 4-man pressure. Over the middle, he's got Hicks. Tripped up in the secondary. Nice open field tackle there, Ethan Beard. More positive yards for the Wildcats. They get 7.
And a lot of confidence for the Wildcats. Good job keeping the pocket there clean for Maverick, and Hicks with a big play again. Very manageable second down here for the Wildcats.
Even with the empty backfield, Idaho played coverage there, only rushed 4. It was Hicks out of the backfield who got open. He'll get a breather. Johnson back in, 2nd and 3 at the 44. It's Henry in motion across the formation. Play action for Mav with another nice pocket. Scrambles to his right, directing traffic. Down the field, Martinez almost intercepted again. Knocked away by the safety, Tommy McCormick. Big Sky preseason team. Captain on this team, senior from Fallon, Nevada. They'll set up a 3rd down.
And Andy, here's the next 3rd down. 3rd down opportunity conversion here for the Wildcats to keep this drive alive. Great job momentum-wise. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Johnson in the backfield. Be behind McIver this time in the shotgun. 3rd down and 3 from the Idaho 44. Johnson barrels forward. He'll have a 1st down. The drive will continue. Spread the field, but go right up the middle. Again, the interior of this offensive line making their 15th consecutive start. Tay Yanta at center, Jacob Thielen at right guard, Alan Hatton, the All-United Athletic Conference preseason pick, at left guard. It's the deepest drive that the Wildcats have had now, 1st and 10 at the Idaho 37. As we inch close to the end of the 1st quarter. 4-man pressure, Maverick left flat, Johnson on the sideline, short gain. Pushed out on that far sideline just after a 1-yard gain.
You know, Isaiah Johnson, we've seen him, we've seen Nehemiah Martinez, we've seen Sam Hicks. A very great stable of running backs, even with Rovon Banks out tonight.
Matthias Bertram runs him out of bounds, a captain for the Vandals. We finished 1 quarter in Abilene. The Vandals, an impressive 1st quarter, back-to-back drives with touchdowns. 15 minutes in the books, 14 points for the Vandals. They've got a 14-point lead here in Abilene. 14-0 Idaho as we start the 2nd quarter. Wildcats a 2nd and 9. They're at the Vandal 36. It's the deepest drive that the Wildcats have had thus far. It's a delayed draw. Hicks in the center of the field. Nowhere to run anywhere. Bertram not fooled at all. The linebacker, 6'2", 205. The transfer from New Mexico stayed home. It's a 2-yard loss. It's 3rd down and 11. This has been the difficulty for ACU here early, 3rd down behind the sticks. They're just 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. 133 yards for Idaho in the 1st quarter, 65 for ACU. This may be 4-down territory for the Wildcats, down 14 here in the early 2nd. 3rd and 11 from the Idaho 38. Pressure comes. Maverick dumps it out. Hicks with room to run on the left side. Reverses field at the 25. Stays on his feet. He's pushed out of bounds at the 11. Pass and catch. 26 and a Wildcat first down.
And that's a big confidence builder for the Wildcats. Hicks slides out. Maverick stays poised.
Hicks just out in the flat. Nobody there in coverage. First red zone opportunity here for the Wildcats. Hicks will get it in the belly left side. He'll get to the 10. It's Keyshawn James Newby with the tackle. James Newby having a great start to 2024. 13 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks to lead the FCS, 2 forced fumbles. Coach Jason X said he's playing like the best defensive end in the country. Good chance he'll be in an NFL camp next summertime. 2nd down Wildcats, ball right at the 10-yard line. MacGyver, throw back side of the end zone. Trying to hit Martinez, it falls incomplete. And I'm trying to look here, Ryan, the yardsticks are down. This must be goal-to-goal situation. I sure thought Hicks went out at the 11 a moment ago, but this is a 3rd down and goal situation at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he had got knocked out way before the 10-yard line.
So 3rd and goal from the 10. Tight trips on the top side of the formation. Single coverage near side. Taylor a jump ball in the fade. Off his hands and incomplete. Coverage on the backside on this near side as well. It's Abraham Williams on the coverage. And the Wildcats will settle for a field goal attempt. It's Ritzy Vase, again the United Athletic Conference Special Teams Player of the Week last week, a game-winning 54-yarder last play of the game versus Northern Colorado. This one from 27 in the left hash. The kick is on the way, and the Wildcats are on the board. 2 minutes deep in the 2nd quarter. Wildcats have their first 3. Beautiful night here in Abilene, Idaho. 14-3 lead. Ritzy Vase, the field goal, puts the Wildcats on the board. 12-play, 65-yard drive. Idaho, the 14-3 lead. So there's a look at the head man, Coach Keith Patterson, his 3rd season here at ACU. Boy, he's done a great job of turning this program over and putting them on the national map for the first time in their Division I history.
Well, and he's done a really good job, and he talked earlier this week about how he kind of always looked at year 3 of kind of developing the program and getting people bought in. Andy, there's 19 players on this roster that have had some Power 5 experience.
Ranked in the top 20 for the first time in school history. They come in at 19. For the Vandals, they've been there. Coach Jason Eck in his 3rd year, back-to-back FCS playoff appearances. And ranked here in the top 5. The Vase field goal has ACU on the board. Kyler Meskey ready to kick off. And it's Abraham Williams back deep. And this will go out of the back of the end zone. Jack Wagner, 6 of 11 through the air, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keith Patterson, we had a chance to visit with him on Thursday. He talked about, hey, with the redshirt freshman quarterback Jack Wagner, we have to make him uncomfortable. We have to get him off of his spots. Don't let him get comfortable. We have to show pressure, but then max drop. I don't think that's been effective yet for the Wildcats as Wagner off to a nice start, 6 of 11, 121 yards.
And really, Wagner hadn't been pressured a whole lot in the early going of this contest. And I agree, they're going to have to find a way to make this uncomfortable pocket for Wagner.
1st and 10 on the 25. It's Cummings in the backfield. And Eli will get a handoff stretch play going left with a hole into the linebacking core, and he has a first down. The Texas kid, the Waco kid, Riker High School in Waco. And he's got 10. Move the sticks for first down.
Dialed up some nice toasty Texas weather for him since he moved to Idaho.
Coach Eck talked about him this week when we visited with Coach Eck on Thursday. Kid that loves football, has great energy. He was in the program before Coach Eck and his staff made it to Moscow. He's been a great leader. Coach Eck said he doesn't really recruit the state of Texas very often because of travel, so Cummings was there prior to this staff getting there. Get the handoff here, nowhere to run. The Wildcat defense, a nice stop on that right side. Jerry Lawson, the 6'2", 295-pound sophomore, local product out of Breckenridge, just right up the road. Also half a yard for Cummings, second down and about 10.5.
And really, Andy, Idaho hadn't had a whole lot of plays behind the sticks in this first half.
11:45 left in our first half. Idaho has scored on each of their last 2 drives. Cox in motion into the formation. Straight drop, now roll to the right. Near sideline, receiver, that's Dwyer right at the 50-yard line. He'll get out of bounds. Easy pass and catch. It's 16 on the stat sheet. Idaho's crossed the 50-yard line, first down and 10.
In another big conversion. Wagner and Dreyer kind of connecting a whole lot tonight here in Abilene.
Dwyer, the redshirt sophomore. 6 foot, 195 pounds. First and 10 on the Wildcat 49. It's on the right hash. Cummings again, left side, spins out of a tackle. Tries to get to the far sideline, hurdles a defender. It was an exciting no gain on the play. Spins out of the first tackle, jumps over Tyson Williams, but can't keep his balance. Well, that's a highlight play for no gain.
Yeah, Cummings hit every button on an Xbox that you can think of right there. And again, no gain there. Really fortunate to not get a bust out there for the Vandals.
So second and 10 now at the 49. Tight formation, tight end. H-back on the right side. Handoff this time. It's a new back in the backfield. First carry tonight for Nate Thomas. Thomas will squirt forward for maybe a yard. Colt Cooper on the defensive line makes the tackle. Third down and 9.
Another opportunity to get off the field for Coach Holt, Coach Holly, and Coach Patterson and the Wildcat defense.
On third and 9 at the Wildcat 48. Straight drop Wagner, 3-man pressure. Wildcats play coverage. Wagner to his left, set the feet, deep post pattern. It's a jump ball at the goal line. It's incomplete. Some incidental contact right at the goal line. Intended receiver was Hamper, already with 1 touchdown tonight. Coverage on the backside, D'Angelo Ponder. Fourth down and 9 coming up.
And honestly, really the first moment of distress for Wagner on having to roll out, and really kind of fortunate there for the Wildcats. A little incidental contact.
As ACU decided to play coverage there, 8-man coverage. Pass falls incomplete. Second punt tonight for Harm. Martinez will catch at the 10. No chance to make a return. Great coverage and a great tackle. 14-3. Idaho, they've got the lead. 9:26 left before the half. CS football. And back to Abilene. It has been a game of field position here. And a tough game of field position. Another long field ahead for the Wildcats. First down and 10. They'll start at their own 9-yard line for Maverick MacGyver and company. This drive number 5. Maverick will start play action. He'll try the far sideline, overthrown his tight end. Intended receiver Jed Castles, 6'7", 235 out of Wichita Falls. Overthrown incomplete. And field position's been a name of the game here in the first half.
Yeah, it has been. And again, ACU's not had the best field position to start. And really the secondary for the Vandals have done a really good job of making it difficult for the Wildcat receivers to get open.
ACU's 5th drive, they've started 3 of those at the 25 with touchbacks. This is their 2nd time to start at their own 9. 2nd and 10 here from their own 9-yard line. It's a handoff and big hit at the 15-yard line. I believe that's Johnson falling forward. He'll get 6 on 2nd down. It's 3rd down and manageable here for MacGyver and company.
Yeah, it's got to keep the Vandals defense on their toes. It gives you opportunity to still run you got the draw screen. So really still the playbook kind of wide open.
Johnson still in, offset to the left of MacGyver. Castle's in motion across the formation. 3rd down and 4. Maverick looks right. Throws, curl, caught out across the 25. Keep the drive alive. That's Trey Cleveland, his first catch tonight. 1st down and 10. A little tempo here for the Wildcats, too.
Yeah, and a great job.
Handoff coming left. Johnson out across the 30. First time we've seen tempo from offensive coordinator Rick Bowie. Tempo works so well up in Lubbock versus Texas Tech. Try to get that 1st down. Don't allow personnel changes defensively. 4-yard gain on that play by Johnson. That catch by Cleveland, his first catch since the Texas Tech game. Had 8 receptions versus the Red Raiders, but no receptions each of the last 2 weeks. 2nd and 6 for Maverick. 4-man pressure. He'll check it down. Johnson in the near flat. Can't hang on to it. It's incomplete. Idaho's been content to rush 4. They've trusted that front 4, and they've dropped 7. Maverick goes for the check down, just falls incomplete.
Yeah, and a pretty long throw for Maverick, just come up a little short. Another opportunity, 3rd down to keep this drive alive and keep that Vandal defense on their heels.
This is where you have to keep an eye out for James Newby. He's lined up outside linebacker on the top side of this formation. Empty backfield, 5 receivers set. Hicks back in the backfield. Play action. 5-man pressure. Maverick scrambling. He's got yellow helmets all around him. He'll be dropped all the way back inside the 15. Right on cue, James Newby, along with Malachi Williams. It's a huge loss all the way back to the 12 is where they'll mark it. A loss of 19 on the play, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, here comes that field position battle again. The Vandals are going to have an opportunity. It'll be interesting to see if they try to send the house with such a great, with the Wildcats so deep.
Nichols stands 2 yards deep in the end zone. Marshall stands at the Idaho 40. Pressure coming. Nichols able to get it away. Marshall a chance to return from the Idaho 36. Trying to go left. Great open field tackle. Nice job. And the tackle is made. Idaho, they'll have it back with good starting field position from their own 40-yard line. They've got a 14-3 lead here in Abilene. Jack Wagner, 7 of 13 here in the first half, 136 yards. The 2 touchdown passes. 1 to Jordan Dwyer, 1 to Mark Hamper. Again, Ryan, we talked about with the ACU offensive drive, we talked about with the Idaho offensive drive. Field position, starting field position has been really crucial tonight. Here are the Vandals 1st and 10 on the 41.
Well, and it's been a great opportunity. And the Vandals, you mentioned Wagner, continuing to get confidence as the starter for the Vandal offense, and has done a really good job. And we've got to see if ACU will start to put more pressure on Wagner, maybe to force some turnover.
Wagner, a guy who did not play quarterback until his senior year of high school. He was a defensive player in high school until his senior year of high school. Now he's leading this Vandal team. He will air it out again. Another post pattern deep down the field. Dwyer, the catch down inside the Wildcat 20-yard line. A wrestle for the football, but I think Dwyer will get credit for the catch, and he will. 44 yards. Idaho 1st and 10 at the 15. They have not been afraid to throw it vertically tonight.
and they have done a really good job, Dreyer and Hamper, getting behind the Wildcat secondary. And now inside the red zone, Andy, once again for the Vandals.
The officials might want to look at this for a replay. They'll check that. We actually have the chains on the far sideline. Chains on the far sideline have broken, so. Here's another look at this. Just beautiful post pattern here. And great catch on the backside, too. You see, they're wrestling for the football. That's Tyson Williams wrestling with Dwyer. But it has been given possession to the Vandals. They mark it on the 16, so it's a 43-yard completion. And again, our stoppage in play on the far sideline, the Idaho sideline, the chain has broken. The 10-yard first down chain has broken. So you call that a medical staff taking care of that, or just the equipment crew? I'm not sure. It looks like we're about to get back to action.
Yeah, and an opportunity to kind of for the Wildcat defense kind of regroup a little bit. Again, in the red zone, a familiar place for the Vandals.
Idaho one red zone trip already tonight, still perfect on the year. Red zone opportunities 8 for 8, all 8 with touchdowns. First and 10 on the 16. It's Thomas in the backfield with Wagner. Wagner will keep it though, sling it right. A dive and an incompletion. In and out of the hands of Hamper.
Yeah, Hamper had to come back for that one and wasn't able to grab it.
So second down and 10, ball at the 16. Both Thomas and Cummings are in the backfield. Be the Wildcat look again as Wagner splits out here to the right. Thomas take the snap. Wildcat going right. He'll change directions. He's met in the hole. Kirby Kohili, the Wildcat middle linebacker, wraps him up. Really no gain on the play, still at the 16-yard line. Kirby's a fun one. He'll graduate in December. Here from Abilene Christian, still making plays for the Wildcats.
But one of the impact players of the game, David Oakey, was right in there, disrupted a little bit, and made the defense, gave an opportunity for the Wildcats to get a tackle for loss.
Third down 10 at the 16. 4 receivers here for Wagner. Motion across the formation, that's his tight end Moore. Straight drop, 3-man pressure. Underneath slip screen, Dwyer left side, all sorts of traffic. It's a short gain. Jordan Mooks makes the first hit. He'll bring him down. It's fourth down and 10, and here come the personnel changes. The first red zone opportunity for Idaho that will not end in a touchdown, assuming we don't have a fake field goal here on fourth down and 10. So in for the field goal attempt is Pope, 1 for 2 on the year for Cameron Pope. 33-yarder from the left hash. It is on the way, plenty of distance, and he knocks it right through. It's back to a 14-point lead. 17-3 is our score after the field goal that is made there by Pope. So maybe a little bit of a win there for the ACU defense. They give up the long pass play that puts Idaho down inside the red zone, but still points on the board for Idaho with the field goal and a 17-3 lead. Still 4:41 to work with here for the offense of ACU, Maverick MacGyver and company. Really, it's been a field position battle. Give a lot of credit to Wagner throwing the vertical route. He's headed down the field and been able to connect on 2 long touchdowns. He gets into scoring position there with the long post route, and because of that, it's a 17-3 lead.
Well, and it's an opportunity, kind of a momentum stopper and beneficial for the Wildcat defense, not forcing the Vandals to a field goal, and maybe Maverick can get in a bit of a rhythm to try to get that first touchdown for the Wildcats tonight.
So we will see the kickoff here from the Vandals. First time they've kicked north to south here in this first half of play. Every kickoff from Adams here in the first half has been a touchback. And he'll approach the football, and here is the kickoff. This one a chance to be returned. It's caught at the 2-yard line. Coming up the center of the field, that's Hicks. He'll get out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where ACU has it. Maverick thus far 7 of 18 here in the first half. Andy Penny alongside Ryan Holmes, and still plenty of football left to go. Maverick just really not in a great rhythm. We'll see how he does on this drive.
But being able to get Hicks has been involved a little bit on the action as well, so I feel like this is a great opportunity for some confidence. He's been protected for the most part, which is what we wanted to see happen for ACU to happen. And so hopefully they'll continue to keep Maverick protected and be able to get some things going offensively, and a big drive here. 4:35 left to go in the first half.
After the return just out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. MacGyver handoff coming left with a hole. That's Hicks. Hicks gang tackled out across the 25. He'll get 6 on that play. Tackle led there by Jakari Lamond, Zach Johnson, both in on that tackle. Hicks the majority of the work on the ground tonight. He and Johnson. Hicks with 6 carries for 20 yards. Johnson 5 for 23. A little up tempo. Hicks another carry up the middle, shy of a first down. He's about a yard short. 3rd down and short yardage coming up here for the Wildcats. And here comes the power set. All 3 tight ends coming in. LeBecci, Henry, and Castles all on the field. Power set, 3rd down and 1. Now a whistle. And a flag, and I think the Wildcats have 12 on the field, a legal substitution.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And a 3rd down and 1 just turned into 3rd down and 6.
Be interesting to see if first-year offensive coordinator Rick Bowie stays with it.
So 3rd down and 6 now for the Wildcats. They're on the 23, they need the 29. Johnson in the backfield with MacGyver. Here comes motion across the formation. 3rd down and 6. Maverick, nice pocket across the field, contact. Pass falls incomplete. Trying to hit Castles on a crossing route. Coverage. Good job on the coverage, says Dwayne McDougal. 3-play and out series. Idaho with still 3:15 to work with here in the first half. They're going to get the football back. Nickel ready to punt. He stands at the ACU 10. It's Marshall back deep just inside the Idaho 30. Idaho will play the return. Nickel high spiraling punt. Marshall will call for the fair catch. He's underneath it. He'll make it just inside that 30-yard line. So another 3-and-out series here for the Wildcats. It was feast or famine last week for ACU. 15 drives versus Northern Colorado. 11 of those 15 were 3-and-out series last week. There are 4 drives where they moved the football, all ended at points. Just didn't do it consistently last week. And this Idaho defense doesn't allow you many opportunities. A 3rd down and 1 there. The illegal substitution pushes that to a 3rd down and 6, and ACU unable to convert.
And that's one of those things that even in this early of the season, those kind of discipline things can be very frustrating for a coaching staff. And now Idaho has all 3 timeouts, 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the first half to extend this lead.
To Wagner on 1st and 10. Play action, wants to air it out again. He'll try a corner route this time. Underthrew that one and incomplete. That might be the first pass that Wagner's really been off target. He just threw that one well incomplete, intended over there for Dwyer on the far side. So 2nd down and 10 here at the 29. Idaho has gone over 200 yards of offense. They're at 204. ACU's at 103, so about 2-1 offensively thus far. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Another play action, another quick slant catch, immediate hit, but a nice catch coming across the middle. That's Tony Harsty, his first catch of the night. Plumlee the tackle out of the secondary, but the pass and catch good enough for 12 and a Idaho first down.
Again, Wagner doing a really good job, kind of just a little play action there with Cummings. And again, a big play here for the Vandals, getting another first down.
Clock management shouldn't be a problem. Idaho with all 3 timeouts, 2.5 minutes to go. Still have the 2-minute timeout as well. 1st and 10, Vandals at their own 41. And now, movement on both sides. Kagan Roach, Jack Foster, the right tackle for Idaho. Kagan Roach, the defensive end. It'll be an offside on the Wildcats as Roach initiated the movement. Foster reacted to the movement. It cost Roach an offsides penalty.
And that's one of those penalties everybody kind of wants to point at each other and hope the official believes you as a pointer.
So 1st down and 5, Idaho at their own 46. Clock continues to move. We'll hit 2 minutes at the snap of the football. Now a whistle and a timeout here for Jason Eck, his first timeout. Just shy of the 2-minute timeout. Wants to get one more play in before the 2-minute timeout. Was a little confused. I did not think that the clock would necessarily start right after an offside penalty, but the clock started again as the ball was reset. I think everybody on the Idaho side was caught off guard by that. Jason Eck went ahead and called the timeout. He wants to get one more play in before the newly implemented 2-minute timeout here in college football, the first year for the 2-minute timeout. So one more play before that 2-minute break.
Yeah, and it gives you that chance to take a little breather. You're going to get that, as you mentioned, the 2-minute warning timeout. And so make sure you get it, the play that you want. And again, they have been very confident on wanting to go down the field. And at 1st and 5, gives you a chance if you want to go down the field to do it again.
So 1st and 5 from the 46. Wagner play action again. Great pocket. He'll go vertical again. Jump ball. This one knocked down, incomplete. Underthrown, intended for Hamper. Moffitt was there to knock it down. And a 2nd down and 5 coming up. 2-minute timeout here in the first half. Idaho, they've got the 17-3 lead. Well, during that timeout, we had a 100-yard touchdown run. Taking this one all the way to the house. Almost lost his footing right at the goal line, but we'll give him 6 on it.
I think if we went under the hood, we're going to review that touchdown, and there's no way I'd have made that.
2-minute timeout. It's 2nd and 5 for the Vandals. They're on their own 46. Wagner will hand off. Coming right, Cummings. He'll get to the 50, shy of a first down. Clock management here for Coach Eck and company will come into play. Still 2 timeouts. Clock runs 1:45. 3rd down and 1 here for the Vandal offense. 17-3 Idaho on the scoreboard. Back-to-back touchdown drives in the first quarter. Scoring drives of 58 yards and 73 yards. But both took less than 3 minutes. So clock management really not an issue here for the Vandals. Big play here for the ACU defense. 3rd down and 1 right at the 50-yard line. Flags will fly. The defensive front for ACU jumped in the neutral zone. Was there contact? The center there, Leighton Vining, kind of reached out and potentially made contact with the ACU defensive line. If it is, it's another automatic first down.
Yeah, again, another situation with a lot of pointing fingers. Officiating crews discussing.
See, right here in the center, it's Vining the center. Well, just a little bit of movement there, and then Vining punches out with that left hand. We'll wait for the call. Still waiting for the officials to give a formal call. We saw a moment ago Kagan Roach jump in the neutral zone, and the right tackle, Jack Foster, reacted to it, and it was called an offsides, and it looks like we'll have the same here, and yes, we will.
It's a 5-yard penalty results and a first down.
It's only ACU's 4th penalty, but they have come at critical moments here in the first half.
Yeah, and that's just one of those frustrating penalties. Again, discipline for the Wildcats. Now a fresh set of downs for Wagner and the Vandals.
So 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 45. Wagner rolls to his left, sets the feet, throwing the flat. Cummings. He'll get out of bounds to save some time. What good foot movement there by Wagner. Roll to his left, that's not his dominant side, but able to turn the hips, throw it out in the flat.
And as he went, he gave a little bit of a ball fake to give Cummings a little bit more time to get out in the flat. Settled in, threw it, and now 2nd down, and again, a very manageable 2nd down for the Vandals.
2nd down, 2 at the 37 Wildcat territory. Wagner already a new season high in passing yards. He's right at 200 here in the first half. Straight drop, pressure coming off the edge. Cummings out in the flat will make the catch. Make the first man miss. Drugged down by the second. Schaefer will get him down at the 28. It's enough for a first down. The clock stops with 55 seconds left.
Yeah, the back out of the backfield has been a very effective play for the Vandals. And again, Cummings out there and is able to pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 at the 28, 55 seconds here in the first half. Cummings offset. 3-man pressure. Wagner steps up, tripped up, keeps his feet, he'll slide. Late flag. This in the area of holding on the Vandals. As ACU dropped 8, rushed 3, Wagner decided to tuck it and run, but this should be a holding again on Idaho, the way the players are moving.
Offense number 60, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Aiden Knappich, the left tackle, got caught for the hold this time. First and 20, Idaho now on the ACU 38. Clock winds, under 50 seconds. And again, movement on the defensive line and the reaction on the offensive line of Idaho. This is defense in the neutral zone. It's the 3rd time here in the first half this penalty will be called.
And the 2nd just on this drive alone.
Offside. Defense number 99, moving into the neutral zone, causing an offensive player's reaction. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Reacting, knowing the rule. Hey, if you get a defensive guy in the neutral zone and you react to that, you're able to get the call. That's the 3rd time that's happened here in the first half. So still first down and 15 after the Idaho holding and the ACU offside. 1st and 15 from the 33. Wagner, left side, caught, out of bounds. Moore, his 3rd catch, run out by Mooks on this near side. Clock stops with 43. 2nd down and 7.
And Andy Wagner continues to get a lot of confidence. I know the holding penalty happened and brought him back, but that was the first time we've seen Wagner take off and run in this contest.
ACU defense trying to make a stop here. They held Idaho to a field goal on their last drive. 2nd and 7 from the 24. 3-man pressure again. Wagner to his right, directing traffic. He'll throw it near sideline. And incomplete. Boy, last-second decision to try to throw and hit Hamper on the near sideline. 3rd down and 6 now from the 24.
And again, another opportunity to either force a field goal. Could you be 4-down territory down here with the 17-3 lead?
I'm putting points on the board. On the road, up 14 right before half. First things first, a 3rd down and 6. Idaho 3 for 6 on 3rd downs here in the first half. Empty backfield for Wagner. Pressure comes. Throws over the middle, caught. Another late flag. This in the area of holding. The catch was made by Harsty, but in the area of holding behind the offensive line. And if it is, ACU will obviously take this call and push Idaho back. Take the first down off the stat sheet.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense number 90.
Personal
After
foul,
this
hands
is
to the
penalty,
face on the
automatic first down.
Wildcats. The pass and catch will stand. The penalty, personal foul yardage, half the distance to the goal. It's 1st and goal, Idaho. They'll put it on the 8-yard line.
Cajun Roach again with that penalty. Got his hands up in the face mask. And now back in the red zone for the Vandals.
4 plays to work with here in the first half. 32 seconds on the clock. Clock should not be an issue. Still 2 timeouts.
Which means you can still run the football if you want to.
Cummings offset to Wagner's right. 1st and goal from the 8. Pressure comes. Fade pattern near side. Hamper over his head. Incomplete. Good coverage on the near side. That's Mooks again. Mooks, the transfer from Oklahoma, started his career at OU. He and Dorian Plumlee both started. The juniors started at OU, but they've made their way here to ACU. 2nd down and goal from the 8. Still Cummings in the backfield, offset to Wagner's right. On 2nd and goal, 4-man pressure. Wagner throws this, back pylon, jump ball, deflected and incomplete. That's a dangerous pass. A little bit of an ill-advised pass from Wagner, threw that one up into coverage. Williams, Moffitt were both there. It's 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and Jordan Dreyer was kind of looking back to the Idaho sideline and said, hey, I was out. I planted my inside foot, went to the out route, and he was like, hey, I was kind of wide open. Was a little disappointed he didn't get the ball.
So a 3rd down and goal from the 8. Both teams are going to the sideline. I think Idaho's going to go ahead and call their 2nd timeout, and they will with 23 seconds left here before the half. So 1 timeout in the pocket. And 2 plays to work with, 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
And again, Andy, with that 1 final timeout left, if you want to run a draw or anything like that, you can still run the football just to keep the Wildcats honest.
Well, the game plan for Idaho has been vastly different from the stat sheet of each of the last 2 weeks. Wagner versus Wyoming threw 21 passes. Versus UAlbany last week, he threw 20 passes. Tonight, he's already thrown 26 passes. We're not even to the halftime break yet. 14 of 26, 225 yards. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
With a 54% completion rating. And again, I keep mentioning the word confidence for Wagner, and I'm sure Coach Eck that's what you want to see as the season continues to grow as he takes on this starting role.
Big play here. This a 3rd and goal. This a point play. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Wildcat defense trying to stop Idaho for their 2nd straight red zone possession to a field goal attempt. 3rd and goal from the 8. Fade pattern near side. Dwyer, jump ball, overthrown and incomplete. Coverage again by Mooks. It's 4th and goal. Here comes the field goal team.
Pretty good coverage by Mooks. A little bit, as you can see here, a little bit of contact, but nothing crazy. But again, just overthrown there by Wagner. As you mentioned, not very many passes that he has thrown today, Andy, that have been off target.
Cameron Pope in for his 2nd field goal attempt. That's a chip shot. 25-yarder from the center of the field. He's already 1 for 1 tonight from 33. LJ Harm is holder. Snap is back, hold is down, and the kick is up. And it is good with 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. Idaho extends their lead 20-3 over the Wildcats. Good clock management, good job getting down the field, getting points, and the Vandals get the football to start the second half too.
And no doubt you're going to be ready to make adjustments on both sides of the ball. Both teams looking to do that. But again, you got to feel pretty confident that you were able to force that field goal again. Big 2 touchdowns early in the first quarter, but now defensively starting to get a little bit more understanding what the Vandals are doing and able to force them to field goals in the second quarter.
So one more kick here with 15 seconds left. I would only anticipate that Keith Patterson and company will take this to the halftime break, try to recollect themselves and get ready for the second 30 minutes of football here in Abilene. ACU with 103 yards of total offense, 70 passing, 33 rushing. And Adams has it teed up on the 35-yard line. It's Hicks back deep. And here is the kick. They'll go to the far sideline and skip into the end zone for a touchback. So maybe one more play here in the first half for this offense.
Yeah, I think if you have just under a minute, maybe 45 seconds, you try to go get something, and we know 54 yards is doable for Vase. And so, but I'm like you, Andy, I very much anticipate. But again, it looks like we're Mavericks in the shotgun, and who knows, may try to get a quick score here.
I'll have 4 receivers. He's got stacked twins on both sides. Hicks is in the backfield with him. 1st and 10 from the 25. ACU will stay conservative. Hicks a carry. Not much gain on that play. Afalava will drop him for a 1-yard gain, and the final seconds will tick off the first half clock. Idaho 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. It's been a field goal battle since then. But the Vandals able to get 2 field goals in that second quarter. They've got 20 points here at the halftime break. Idaho 20 and ACU 3. We'll send it down to the end zone. We've got Joseph Chapa, Roman Raffelli with your halftime report. Guys, it's all yours.
A 20-3 halftime score here at Anthony Field at Wildcat Stadium between the Wildcats and the Vandals. Roman, a lot to talk about, but just give us some quick thoughts in the first half.
I mean, the big storyline coming into today was going to be the big, powerful defense of Idaho and that high-firing Wildcat offense, and so far the Vandals have had the edge.
And we'll talk more about that here at our ESPN halftime report after these commercial messages. Christian University here in Abilene, Texas. Welcome here to the north end zone of our ESPN halftime report. You take a look here at the huddle. Quarterback for the Wildcats, Maverick McIver, rallying his team here as his team is down 20-3 against the number 4 Idaho Vandals. Welcome everyone here to our ESPN halftime report here at the south end zone of Anthony Field at Wildcats Stadium. I'm your host, Joseph Chapa. This is my guy right here, our analyst, Roman Raffelli. Roman, there's a lot to touch on here in the first half, but the big storyline here is going to be the penalties. How has that been big here in deciding the halftime score?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's decided the score. Big penalty at the end of a third down. The Wildcats get a stop. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the play, gets a first down, and the Vandals, 44-yard touchdown the very next play. The Wildcats have had way too many penalties, way too many mishaps, and that's why they're down so far.
As we take a look here at our halftime stats, brought to you here by ESPN, we go ahead and kind of talk about the yardage and how it sets people back here with the penalties. What have you seen so far here statistically that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, in the first quarter, Maverick McIver was 5 for 12 for 30 yards and an interception. Wagner, on the other hand, 6 for 11 for 121 and 2 touchdowns. He's their backup quarterback. From those stats, you couldn't tell that. You'd think he was their day one starter, and this Wildcat defense has got to be better.
Well, and you talk about the quarterbacks. Of course, you know, football is all about offense, defense, and special teams. You take again here, look at the halftime stats. We touch on the penalties, but again, the passing yards between Jack Wagner and Maverick McIver. You want to talk about running the ball. That's a fundamental piece of the game of football. And of course, the first downs here, that's really taken the story away here in the first half. What can the Wildcats do better offensively that can give them some better numbers here heading into the final 30 minutes of regulation?
Yeah, I mean, this offense by Rick Bowie is an air raid, but that all starts with the run. They got to run the ball. They got to get McIver in rhythm, get some short passes going, get him feeling their game so that they can excel downfield and open up, use some space, and get some scores.
Well, Roman, and you talk about running the football, and not only is that key for your football holistically, but that's key for your quarterback. As we take a look here at our quarterback comparison between McIver and Wagner. McIver, second play of the game, just overthrew that go ball over to the boundary that would have set apart the game here. But of course, Wagner, just a very efficient outing, taking what the defense gives him. What have you seen from them so far?
Well, Maverick McIver coming into this game had over a 65% completion percentage. Right there, it's 37. They've got to get him going. This offense has been really shaky. Looks like they've been forcing the ball, just not knowing what they're looking at. And this is an Idaho defense that is very good. They're really good at confusing the quarterback, showing different things, getting pressure. They've applied really good pressure to McIver, and that's caused him to not be able to find his footing and get going in this game. So for the Wildcats, they've got to find that rhythm. They got to start finding their main weapons. Nehemiah Martinez and Blaine Taylor have been really quiet so far, and they got to establish that run game. But if you're the Vandals, you just got to continue to apply the pressure. Look for those post patterns downfield. Those have been lighting up this Wildcat defense and forcing a lot of those penalties.
Well, and we know that this is a very powerful Idaho team here, very physical against the Wildcats. Penalties have set them apart, but we know what both teams are really made of here. Getting down into the trenches, airing the ball out here deep, as we see that double touch pass there that was successful from Jack Wagner. We know what these two teams are made of. What's going to separate the two here in the second half between ACU and Idaho?
Well, the biggest thing in the second half is going to be if ACU can respond here and give that kind of response that they saw in week 1 against Texas Tech. They got down a lot in that game. And for Idaho, it's just going to be a test of patience. If they fall into the emotional game that ACU is going to try to play, they're going to end up falling and losing this lead. But whoever's more mature in the second half is going to have a better game.
Well, we know that these are two exciting teams. It's going to be an exciting second half here. Joseph Chapa, Roman Raffelli signing off here for our ESPN halftime report. And we'll be back with the broadcast after.
Second half, it's Idaho 20 and ACU 3 as we welcome you upstairs here at Wildcat Stadium. Andy Penny alongside Ryan Holmes. And Ryan, I think the tale of the tape for me, really, Jack Wagner, a great first half. The redshirt freshman making his third start, played great for Idaho, and some penalties at inopportune times for ACU killed some drives.
Yeah, Wagner 225 yards in the air, 2 touchdown passes, and just continued to get comfortable throughout the night. Not a lot of pressure coming from the Wildcat defense, but one of the big pressures has been the penalties against the Wildcats and making it extending drives for Wagner, giving him more first downs to work with.
ACU defense came up big there in the last 2 drives of the first half. The first 2 times Idaho's been in the red zone without touchdowns here in 2024. Both of those drives ended with field goals. But a 17-point spread to start the second half here for the Vandals, and they will get the football. As Kyler Meskey has it teed up on the South 35, and here is the kickoff. Williams stands in the end zone. He will let this one go, and it is a touchback. So again, Wagner in the first half, 14 of 27, 225 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Dwyer had 4 receptions in the first half for 81 and the touchdown. Hamper with 2 catches for 77 and a touchdown. Alex Moore, 3 receptions in that first half out of the tight end spot for 23. Not much rushing in for Idaho in that first half. Cummings with 8 carries, just 21 yards, just 28 yards total rushing for Idaho in that first half of play.
And you're starting to see Coach Eck and Coach Sessler, the offensive coordinator for Idaho, given more opportunities and kind of giving more of the package in the offensive playbook to Jack Wagner.
So 1st and 10 on the 25 and from the left hash. It's Wildcat here. Cummings, they'll try the reverse, coming back near side with room to run down the near sideline and a chance to take it. Cortez Minowar all the way down to the ACU 20-yard line. Emerson Cortez Minowar, huge carry. Second time we've seen the reverse. Second time it's been effective. From one end of the field to the other, 53 and an Idaho first down.
And you're going to see some extra yardage with a horse collar here at the end.
Personal
of that
foul,
play.
horse collar tackle, defense number 27, correction, half the
Misdirection to
distance
start the
penalty,
second half. It
first
works
down.
like a champ. Emerson Cortez Minowar, the 6'1" redshirt freshman from Salinas, California.
And now another familiar red territory as the Vandals are back in the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. 2 tight end set. They'll go back to the Wildcats setup. Take the snap. Kept in the Wildcat. Thomas. Barrel down inside the 10-yard line. I love the play call to start the second half. You're thinking power. You're thinking straight drop. No, let's try some horizontal. Let's do some misdirection. And before you know it, you're inside the 10-yard line.
The irony is simple and efficient was what the plan was for the keys of the game. And they said, you know what, we got a little more things made a little complicated. How about a reverse and reverse pass we saw earlier and definitely opening up the playbook.
Coach Eck said each week that Wagner's at quarterback, a little bit more of the playbook opens. It's certainly opened here tonight. Stretch play coming left to the hash, cuts up at the hash. Big tough tackle down inside the 5 as Thomas is shy of a first down, but 3rd and short at about the 3-yard line.
And Thomas has had a lot of action tonight in the Wildcat set, now getting just a regular run there, but a big drive to start the second half for Idaho to kind of maybe try to silence this family weekend crowd.
Will Schaefer the tackle. Substitutions here for the Wildcats. 3rd down, a long one, almost 2. Ball sits at the 3-yard line. Stretch play going left again, trying to get to the pylon, and he will. It's a touchdown. Nate Thomas, left side. Touchdown to open the second half. Idaho out. Extended their lead, 26-3, extra point to follow. Great play design and blocking on the edge, and Thomas able to get out to the pylon for the touchdown.
And Thomas getting rewarded for the big drive, big run there, punching it in for an opening second half touchdown.
The 3rd touchdown on the young season for Thomas. Pope's extra point is up and good. Boy, it took less than 2 minutes for Idaho to take that second half kickoff and drive down the field and extend their lead out to 27-3.
And again, the air raid offense that the Wildcats have an ability to get back in this thing, but you're going to have to start, finding ways to put touchdowns on the board. You can't settle for field goals. But again, we'll see this first opportunity for Maverick MacGyver and the Wildcats to get back in and chip away at this lead.
MacGyver in the first half, 7 of 19, 70 yards to his first interception of 2024. He did that on the opening series. Sam Hicks, 8 carries for 30 yards. Isaiah Johnson, 5 for 23. Hicks is also the leading receiver, has 4 receptions for 45, has 4 of the 7 receptions out of the backfield. As a matter of fact, 5 of the 7 completions tonight are to running backs out of the backfield. Trey Cleveland, 1 catch. Brian Henry, the tight end, 1 catch for the Wildcat offense. As Adams will approach the football, and he'll put this one. Chance to return this one. And across the 25, still on his feet is Hicks across the 30 to the 35. That's where the Wildcat offense had their first drive here in the second half.
And again, Sam Hicks, Rovon Banks Jr. out tonight. Sam Hicks having to carry a lot of the load on the offensive side, again, returning that kick. But this gives Maverick MacGyver and the Wildcats a great starting field position here in the second half to try to get something rolling here to cut into the lead.
Put it on the 35 to start the drive. First down and 10. Martinez, Taylor on the near side, Cleveland and Hut Graham, the receivers on the top side. Empty backfield, 4-man pressure. MacGyver center of the field. Nice catch. It's Hut Graham who makes the catch. He's across the 50. Hut's first catch since the Texas Tech game 3 weeks ago. 6'1", 200-pound sophomore who transferred from Texas Tech here to ACU. 16 on the passing catch. First and 10 at the 49. Martinez, left side. Pick up 4s. He's knocked out near sideline. Dwayne McDougal knocks him down.
Blaine Taylor did a really good job on the outside, giving a great block for Nehemiah to continue on the play.
Give him 5 on the play to the 44. Stacked twins both sides. Second down and 5. 4-man pressure. Center of the field. Johnson out of the backfield. Depend on a spot. Looks like he's short at the 40. Third down and short coming up for this ACU offense. They've started with the passing game. A little up-tempo here. Third down and 1. Johnson has the first down. He's to the 35.
Idaho had a little hard time getting set. They were still moving as Maverick snapped the ball.
Johnson will get 5. Zach Johnson, the tackle, not before the sticks move. Johnson a breather. Hicks back in. First and 10 at the 35. Straight drop, Mav. Pressure comes, gets out of it. Keeps the play alive, throws up the field. Caught center of the field. Cleveland wrestled down by the helmet. ACU coaching staff looking for a flag. They're not going to get it. Cleveland, though, the catch. It's 10 on the completion. ACU down to the 25-yard line.
Pocket starts to collapse. Maverick steps up in it, throws on the run, keeps this drive going.
Crazy tackle there around the helmet. First and 10 at the 25. 10.5 to go, third quarter. Idaho, the 27-3 lead. Straight drop. Maverick again gets out of pressure as he scrambles to his right. Throws far sideline, incomplete. Last second decision trying to hit Cleveland on that far sideline.
And Keyshawn James Newby was on his trail, forced Maverick outside the pocket.
FCS leader in sacks starting the weekend already with 6 sacks on the weekend. 3 of those versus Wyoming 2 weeks ago.
Great job by French, who's getting the start tonight, buying Maverick a little more time.
2nd and 10. MacGyver, tight window, off the mark and intercepted. 2nd interception tonight for the Idaho defense. Tommy McCormick gets the pick. The drive stalls out inside the 15, and Idaho their 2nd takeaway tonight. McCormick cut the route and is able to make the INT. Vandal defense gets the stop.
Yeah, and it looks like there's no doubt that he made the completion or made the interception. And again, just the 2nd interception of the year on Maverick.
It's the 6th takeaway by this Idaho defense this year. They are +5 in the turnover ratio. Signs of promise on that drive for the Wildcats, but it ends with a turnover.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those momentum killers, if you will, as they were making the drive, doing well, and all of a sudden you give it right back to the Vandals and just gives more confidence now to Wagner in this offense.
It's McCormick, the preseason All-Big Sky captain on this team, the senior from Fallon, Nevada. Handoff Cummings, met in the backfield. And now here's the thing, still 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of football left, but Idaho's been so efficient. Possessions are going to be hard to come by here in the last 25 minutes.
Well, we had talked about trying to get 3rd down, get off the field as fast as you can, whether it's a turnover in the early downs. But with this right here, you have a chance to take over the field position battle with a big 3 and out here.
2nd down, 10 at the 13. Wagner straight drop, 4-man pressure, throws over the middle, caught, immediately tackled. It's Hamper the catch. It's Schaefer on the tackle. Wills played well tonight, the transfer from Utah State. And if ACU ever needed a defensive stop, a 3rd down stop, it's right here early in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. 3rd down and 6 for the Idaho offense.
A lot of personnel changes for the Wildcats.
And Jason Eck will burn a timeout. Looked like Idaho had 12 on the field. Jason Eck on the far sideline is going to go ahead and burn a timeout. 8:49 left in our 3rd quarter of play. Idaho, they're in control, 4th-ranked team in the country. And a 27-3 lead here in Abilene. Idaho, the 27-3 lead. Hey, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our team at Daisy Strine. Daisy?
Thanks, Andy. A player to watch tonight has been Keyshawn James Newby. He absolutely dominates that D-line for Idaho. He leads the FCS with 7 total sacks this season, and he's affected almost every single pass McIver's tried to throw tonight. He added a sack to his total this evening against the Wildcats. Guys, back over to you.
Thanks, Daisy. His 7th sack of the year, leads FCS in that category. Big 3rd down for both teams, 3rd down and 6 for the Idaho offense from their own 17-yard line. Wagner straight drop, 3-man pressure, throws a quick slant and it's caught for a 1st down. Dwyer the catch, possession receiver across the 25. Needed 6, gives them 10, Idaho 1st down.
Yeah, and extending that drive, you mentioned it, Andy, an opportunity to get the defense off the field and just barely miss an opportunity for an interception there.
First and 10 at the 27. Another quick play action slant. This one underthrown for Hamper. 2nd down and 10.
Again, we mentioned it, Andy, a number of times. That's about the only third or fourth pass that Wagner really kind of missed his target, hitting Hamper in the feet.
Second and 10 from the 27. 4 receivers this time for Wagner. Cummings to his left. Straight drop. Looks to his left. Back to the center. Incomplete. Intended for Jake Cox. It was Schaefer on the coverage again. Boy, we've called Schaefer's name a lot tonight. In the transfer, he started at Arizona State, made his way to Utah State. And now his third school here. Good coverage. 3rd down and 10.
One of the things that we haven't really talked a whole lot about, but given the props to, is that Idaho offensive line protecting Wagner all night.
3rd and 10 from the 27. Handoff left, Cummings. Short gain to the 29. The Wildcat defense looks like they've forced the punt this time. Chris Wright credit for the tackle. Here come the personnel changes. Wildcats will get the football back. Inch close to the halfway mark here of quarter number 3. Idaho had touchdown on their opening drive of the second half. Their first touchdown since the first quarter. Their largest lead of the night here, 27-3. Martinez stands at the Wildcat 35. He awaits the Harm punt. Snap is back. Wildcats bring pressure. Harm able to get it away. Fair catch called for and made right around the 40-yard line. Timeout in Abilene halfway through the 3rd quarter. Idaho 27, ACU 3. FCS football, it's here in Abilene on ESPN+. As a look at Moody Coliseum on the campus of ACU, the home of men's and women's basketball, volleyball for the Wildcat programs. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, it's a 1st down and 10 for the Wildcat offense, and a big tough run, Isaiah Johnson into the 3rd level. He'll flip the field to the Idaho 43. Good tough run for Isaiah.
Yeah, that's a great way to start coming out of that timeout. Big run here.
It's the longest rush of the night for the Wildcats. It's to the Idaho 43, 1st and 10. Nav straight drop. Good pocket, now scrambles to his right, throw, caught, 35, close to another 1st down, I believe that's Javon Gibson, and it is his first catch. Javon with 9 and 2nd down and 1. Javon, the receiver who had a big week last week, the junior that transferred from Baylor. Last week, 8 receptions. Check that, 7 receptions for 102 yards versus Northern Colorado, his first reception tonight. 2nd and 1 from the 34. Johnson will find another seam. He has a 1st down. Check that, it's Hicks who has the 1st down to the 31. Tripped up in the hole. That was Sir Barnes who tripped him up, but enough for a Wildcat 1st down. The Idaho 31, similar to the last drive.
Got to find a way to get in that purple turf.
Four-man pressure sets up the screen. Far side, caught. Gibson down inside the 30. Not heard from Gibson until this drive. It's been more Trey Cleveland tonight, Hud Graham tonight. It's been Gibson now on this series, his 2nd catch, 2nd down and 6.
And the big thing here for Coach Bowie and the offensive side of the ball is, can you keep this drive going as opposed to what happened the last time we were down here?
From the Vandal 27, Mav, far sideline, Castles keeps the knee inbound, makes the possession catch. 3rd down and 2 at the 23. Good variety on this drive. Started with a good run by Johnson, his longest run of the night. 2 catches by Gibson, catch by Hicks, catch by Castles. Long 3rd down, that caught 3rd down and 3 off the 24. Four-man pressure, another good pocket. Mav hit as he throws. Good catch down inside the 20. Catch this time by Trey Cleveland. Moved the sticks. Mav took a big shot by Zach Krotzer. Defensive tackle, 6'2", 270. Stayed in there and connected with Cleveland for a first down. ACU down in the red zone. First down and 10. Fade pattern near side. Taylor in the end zone. Could not hang on to it. Falls incomplete. Coverage by Marshall. Taylor had a step, just could not hang on to it. Marshall able to knock it out of his hands. A second down and 10, and Taylor's still down on the ground. Have an injury timeout here on the field. 3:55 left in the third quarter. Idaho, they've got the 27-3 lead. Here's another look at the Blaine Taylor injury down in the end zone, right?
Yeah, throws it up top. Blaine has it, but Andrew Marshall with a good shove, and unfortunately incomplete pass there for the Wildcats. But again, pretty good throw, but just a really good defensive play by Marshall.
Taylor did walk off to the ACU sideline under his own power. He's ready to go back in. He'll have to sit out at least one play with the injury timeout. 27-3 Idaho. ACU down inside the red zone. Second time they've been there. The Vandals held them to a field goal in the first time. Second and 10 from the 18. Have play action, center of the field. Caught on a slide down inside the 10. Cleveland another catch. He takes a big shot. Jackson Eck, the coach's son, Jason's son, Jackson with a big shot, but Cleveland hangs on. It's first and goal at the 6-yard line.
Always kind of good to have that extension of the coach there on the field. Kind of wonder what those dinner nights are like around the table. Bet some game films on the menu.
First and goal at the 6-yard line. It's Cleveland's fourth catch of the night for 28 yards. First and goal from the 6. Maverick with pressure in his face. Wheel route, far sideline. Hicks can't bring it in. Had pressure in his face. Maverick had to get rid of it before he wanted to, and it falls incomplete.
Similar play they ran last week at Northern Colorado. Just a little bit out of the reach of Hicks there from MacGyver.
It's Bertram in MacGyver's face. Transfer from New Mexico for the Vandals. Second and goal. 4 receivers for Mav. He has trips to the near side, but now Castle's in motion. On second and goal. They'll run it with Hicks. All sorts of bodies. The pile maybe to the 5. Good push by that Vandal defense. Been doing this all year long, red zone defense. 12 possessions in the red zone for the Idaho defense. They've only given up 5 touchdowns and 12 possessions. Wyoming had a first and goal from the 1-foot line 2 weeks ago and was held to a field goal attempt.
Well, and Andy, down 27-3. I think this is 4-down territory for the Wildcats.
Third down and goal, ball just outside the 5. MacGyver looks to his left, pressure, throws near side, caught into the end zone. It's a Wildcat touchdown. J.J. Henry out of the backfield, catches it in the flat. 27-9, Henry's first catch of the night.
And Daisy just did the story, but Keyshawn James Newby was on the chase for Maverick. Maverick settles in, is able to get the ball away for the touchdown to Henry.
Wildcats will go for 2 here, down 18. Trying to get it to a 16-point spread here late in the third quarter. Under the center, 5-receiver look. Quick pass, Taylor, quick slant. He's into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Wildcats have made it a 2-score game with 2.5 minutes to go. MacGyver to Henry for the touchdown. Then MacGyver to Taylor for the 2-point conversion. Good response for the Wildcats, their first touchdown of the night.
And not only a great response by the touchdown, but we just saw Blaine Taylor coming off of that last one. Here's the touchdown pass.
First to Henry in the flat.
Yeah, and stays with it. Had a little bobble, but was able to control it as he fell into the end zone.
Henry's first touchdown of the year on the reception. And good play design here on the 2-point conversion. 4 receivers here to the near side.
Little motion, quick hit. Blaine takes a big hit. He just had it a while ago, but holds on to it.
27-11 on the scoreboard. Still 16-point spread, but it's a 2-score spread as we get here late in the quarter. 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions would get it even.
And again, that touchdown, not having to settle for a field goal or anything like that, gives Maverick in this Wildcat offense a little bit of confidence because being able to stop a little bit. Big drive for Idaho in that first drive to start the second half, but maybe this opens up an opportunity for ACU to get back in this ball game with it just being 16 points.
Maverick now 17 of 33, 144 yards passing. His first touchdown of the night. And Henry with the catch. We saw some Trey Cleveland on that drive. Of course, saw Taylor and Henry with the point plays. Here's the kickoff, and it's out of the back of the end zone. Meske another touchback. Here's another angle of the touchdown. Good look here, MacGyver to Henry.
Settles in, looks. Again, the being able to control that bobble and getting into the end zone, and Henry's excited.
Now, how does the Idaho offense respond? Wagner and company. Wagner's been in control tonight. I don't know if he's hit the ground tonight, to be honest. They have kept him clean, 16 of 31, 239 yards, but he's had all sorts of time to throw.
And that's why I mentioned earlier, bragging a little bit on the offensive line for the Vandals, being able to do just that. And when you can protect your redshirt freshman quarterback, it's a big deal.
So first and 10 from the 25. Wagner play action, wants to air it out all sorts of time. He'll throw it in the flat, immediately tackled as the catch made by Thomas, but dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Chris Wright in coverage. Maybe a yard, that's it, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Wright in the right spot at the right time with a big tackle there and eliminating a big gain. Because that's one of the things that Idaho had a big advantage of early on was big plays on first down. Big stop there.
2nd down and 9. Power set to the left, tight end and an H-back, 2 receivers. Handoff, bouncing left, Taylor, 30, 35. Progress will give him the first down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about early on in the beginning of the game about being able to still run the football to help Wagner. Short play there on the pass game didn't work, but able to get another first down there with Thomas there on the long 2nd down.
Cummings with 23 yards of rushing. Thomas is right there with him. Rushing has not been the stat category tonight, although the reverse play to Emerson Cortez Minahar went for 53. He's a leading rusher on that 1 carry. First and 10 Vandals at the 35. Play action Wagner. Scrambles to his right, now back in the pocket. Trying to reverse field, trying to get out, and he's tripped up from behind. Jerry Lawson able to knock him off his feet. It's a 2-yard loss. It'll go as a sack. Lawson will get the sack.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the protection of the Vandal offensive line. That's the first time, really the big first pressure that Wagner's experienced. And again, Lawson with a big sack there for the Wildcats.
First sack of the year as a tackle for loss. 19 tackles coming into tonight. First time Wagner's gone in the wrong direction. 2nd down and 12 at the 33. Might be our final play of the 3rd quarter. Play action, slant, caught. First down. Harsty down on his backside to make the catch. Clock will run out here in the third quarter. 15 minutes to go here in Abilene. Idaho will take a 16-point lead with them to the final 15 minutes. Vandals 27, Wildcats 11. Well, the fourth quarter here on ESPN+. Start of the fourth quarter, Idaho the 27-11 lead. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Andy Penny alongside Ryan Holmes. Glad you're with us tonight. As we start this fourth quarter, Cummings a carry. His longest carry of the night as he's breaking tackles into the secondary. Drives forward to the ACU 30-yard line. 25 for the Texas products. Eli Cummings, homecoming of sorts. He's got 25 and a first down.
Yeah, and the one that had Texas on his address for a little bit, tight end Jake Cox with a great block getting upfield to tight end, giving Cummings an opportunity to extend that run. Again, Jake had a little bit of a Texas address for a little bit.
His dad, Mike, on the UTEP coaching staff when Jake was in high school, so played his high school ball at El Paso Coronado High School. 1st and 10, Wagner surveys the field as he scrambles right. Has a receiver, Hamper, just underthrown and incomplete. It was open inside the 10. Hamper just could not get to the spot and make the catch.
You know, and Wagner and Hamper had a pretty good first half, but in this second half, that's like the 3rd or 4th pass that's just been unfortunate down at the feet of Hamper.
Ryan, we were talking in the break, as we're here in the fourth quarter, this is really a ball-controlled, time of possession type of quarter. ACU might only get 2 more offensive possessions. Have to try to keep Idaho off the scoreboard. 2nd down and 10, as Thomas will stretch down inside the 25. Shy of a first down at the 21, but he's got 8. 3rd down and 2 here for the Vandal offense.
And if you feel confident in how you're running the football, it's okay to continue to throw the ball on first down, because if it's incomplete, if you keep racking up 8 yards in a cloud of dust, it's okay to throw the ball on first down.
Idaho will go with a power set. Martinez in at a tight end. Cox still at the H-back. 3rd down and 2 from the Wildcat 21. Thomas right up the middle, finds a seam, push backwards, trying to push forward. Second effort will get him to the 20. Still going to be about half a yard short. 4th down coming up for the Vandals. 16-point lead, 13 minutes to go. You take points, you try to keep the drive alive. I do not see any personnel changes.
I don't either. I feel like you've got enough confidence. You've been able to run the football. You've been able to do some good things. You've got to feel confident that you can get that yard to keep this drive going. But you got to watch the hard count. Penalties have been a problem.
4th down and half a yard from the ACU 20. Wagner in the shotgun. Handoff, nope, play action. Airs it out, end zone, knocked away last second. Hamper, the intended receiver. Williams gets a hand on it. It's a huge turnover on downs. Put an asterisk by this. Idaho a chance to put points on the board. They don't. Still a 2-possession game with 12 and a half to go.
And again, we're up here. That's why we're up here. But thinking that it was going to be a run, throws it up there. And a great job by Williams breaking that up. All right, Andy. Momentum kind of changing to the 3-2-5 here for the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Let's see what happens here with ACU in this next drive for Mavericks.
Still an uphill battle with 12 and a half to go, but big defensive stop in the football back. After the final offensive possession was the Wildcats' lone touchdown. Maverick, quick pass, caught. Martinez with space, 40, 45. He's into Idaho territory. 33 for Martinez. Quick slant. Nehemiah takes it 33.
Maverick sets up, little play action there, finds Martinez, big run now, picks up a first down, holds on. A lot of Vandals coming to him, but first down and Maverick looking at the sideline to keep this drive going.
A little bit of rhythm offensively finally here in the second half. 1st and 10 at the 47 Vandal territory. Pump fake, air it out near sideline. Wheel route, Graham down inside the 35. Graham's got 13 more. 1st and 10 at the 34.
Big catch, knowing where he is on the sideline, catches it, get out of bounds. Drive keeps going. Substitutions happening for the Vandals. That's why you see the ref waiting.
1st and 10 at the 34. 11 and a half to go. Martinez in motion on 1st and 10. Here's a reverse. Back to MacGyver, deep down the near sideline. Castles on the run, can't quite get there, just overthrown and incomplete. We saw it work for the Vandals in the first half. ACU tries something similar, double reverse pass. Maverick just overthrows Castles, falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was there just out of the reach of Castles. Got behind him, just wasn't able to bring it in. Now 2nd and long.
2nd down and 10. Henry is in, he's split out near side. Johnson back behind MacGyver. Johnson will get it right side. Powers forward down inside the 30. It's James Doobie as well as Krotzer the tackle. Definitely 4-down territory. First things first, 3rd down and 5 at the Idaho 29.
And again, that running back stable of very, very effective running backs you're starting to see. Hicks back in, been on the side for a little bit, but now back in after Martinez and Johnson.
2nd and 5 at the 29. Give it to Hicks. Pushes forward, has a 1st down as he falls forward. Boy, he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd effort will move the sticks. Gain of 6 for Hicks.
Yeah, fresh legs coming in. Able to get the 1st down and keep this drive alive for the Wildcats.
Inch close to 10 minutes remaining. From the 23. Straight drop, 4-man pressure. MacGyver sets his feet. Near sideline. Martinez stretches for the pylon. He's got it. It's a Wildcat touchdown.
And Andy, you mentioned about two offensive possessions. There's one that results in a touchdown.
It was a great route on the near side. How quickly things have turned here in the last 10 minutes of game time. 2-point try. Reverse. Option. Throw into the end zone. Well underthrown and incomplete. Hut Graham on the reverse. Threw it into the end zone and threw it incomplete. 10 minutes left. We've got a 10-point game. MacGyver to Martinez. 27-17 on the scoreboard.
That time of your life. The time you get to choose a path forward. What will you be is here. What do I want to do with my life is here. You can do anything. You've worked hard to make the grades, done what was necessary, and now it's here. It's here. Your world awaits. It's here. Where will you go? And who will you meet? It's all here. The chance to live your dreams, make new friends, and launch yourself on a path to a career you love. ACU is here.
Martinez, beautiful pass and catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, Nehemiah did a great job keeping his balance, staying in bounds, and then the big lean over across the goal line for the touchdown.
2-point conversion failed, so it is a 10-point game at 27-17. A 6-play, 80-yard drive in just 2:29. And now the pressure has changed a little bit to the redshirt freshman quarterback, who has played well tonight. But Jack Wagner will feel a little bit of pressure as Idaho's lead has gone from 24 down to 10 here in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, and again, ACU trying to just find a way to get as many possessions as possible. We mentioned that maybe only 2 left, but when you score quick, the opportunity to get more goes up.
Meske ready to kick. Williams stands 5 yards deep in the end zone. Williams a chance to return this. He'll catch it at the 1. Up the right hash, 20, 25, and that's where he's down. Under 10 minutes left. Idaho, the lead has gone down to 10. They'll have the football when we come back here in Abilene. (27-17). We've gone just under 10 minutes of play. Idaho is on the field. They'll show the Wildcat formation as they start first down and 10 on their 25. Take the snap. Coming to the left is Cummings. Bounces off the first tackler, will fall forward to the 30. So 27-17 here, Ryan. And little pressure on the redshirt freshman quarterback, Jack Wagner. Had a great first half. 225 yards, but he sits at 253 here as we start into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's only 4 for 8 for 28 yards in this second half. And so now that confidence that was there in the first half, a little bit, hey, how do I keep my team on the field and not give Maverick MacGyver another chance?
This might be a trust the offensive line and run the football. 2nd down and 5 at the 30. Cummings again, bounces left. Shy of a first down, he'll get 3. Big 3rd down coming up. Devin Dawson leads the way on that tackle. 3rd down and 2 for the Vandal offense. Quick snap, handoff, Cummings coming left. He's dropped for a loss. I'm not sure Idaho was fully set when that ball was snapped. Stretch play, Cummings coming left. Drop for a 2-yard loss. It's a quick 3-and-out series. Here comes the punt unit for the Vandals.
Yeah, it comes on the outside and not fooled at all as Mooks, again, he's had a big responsibility to take care of Dreyer all night. Big play right there on the edge. And Andy, here comes possession number 2 that we talked about earlier in this fourth quarter.
Cameron Pope's been good tonight punting the football. He'll punt here as Martinez stands just inside the ACU 30. It's a wobbly punt near sideline. Martinez on the run, just runs straight out of bounds near sideline. So for the Wildcats, who trailed 27-3 late in the third quarter, their last 2 drives have ended with touchdowns. An 11-play, 61-yard drive, a 6-play, 80-yard drive. So 140 yards of offense. Both of those drives were less than 5 minutes. They'll have to pick up the pace and the tempo, which they did on the last drive.
Yeah, because again, unfortunately, with the second 2-point conversion failed, you're going to have to find a way to get 2 more scores in this 8 minutes.
Maverick is now 20 of 37 on the night, 213 yards passing. 1st and 10 from the 28. Play action, 4-man pressure. Maverick near sideline, caught Cleveland. That's a first down to the 40. Immediately tackled by Williams on the backside. They'll put it on the 39. Cleveland has 11 more.
And Cleveland having a big night tonight, really connecting well with Maverick. And again, first down efficiency, big play there to start this next drive for the Wildcats.
They will put it on the 40, so 12 yards. First play of the drive. 7.5, halfway through the fourth quarter. Maverick play action again. Good pocket. Left side, down to a knee, making the catch. That's Taylor for 9.
And I'm going to tell you, watch on this replay. Hicks does a great job keeping James Newby off of Maverick. Great job picking up the blitz.
2nd and 1 from the 49. Handoff Hicks, right side, makes the first man miss, has a first down, so get into Idaho territory right at the 50-yard line. Just enough to get a new set of downs. That was the game plan and the job by Hicks. 1st and 10 at the 50.
Again, Hicks has had a busy night tonight, playing running back, returning kicks.
11 carries, 40 yards for Hicks, but again keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10 right at the 50. And whistle and a flag. Haven't had many penalty flags here in this second half. Had majority in the first half, but we'll have a flag here. It's a false start.
Offense number 59.
False ACU
5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
First down.
You mentioned not a whole lot of the yellow flags coming out in this second half, but that 5-yard backs it up. Still only first down, so still a lot of options here for Coach Bowie and the offense coordinator.
It's the 8th penalty on ACU tonight for 60 yards. Idaho just 3 penalties tonight for 30. So 1st and 15. They'll run the football. Johnson coming right, has the penalty yardage back, and then a few. Gang tackle led by Jakari Larmond. 2nd down and 8. Clock becoming a factor as we've gone under 6 minutes.
Isaiah being able to get to the outside there was able to turn it up and pick up that penalty yardage.
2nd down and 8, empty backfield. 4-man pressure. Mavericks, center of the field. Graham's got a catch down inside the 35. Graham's come alive here in the second half, put it on the 35. 1st down and 10.
And Graham understands the tempo that's needed. He caught it, popped up, gave it to the official, got the ball set.
His 3rd catch of the second half. 1st and 10 from the 35. Play action again. MacGyver has Martinez, far sideline, down inside the 20. 16 more. I tell you, the front four of Idaho is starting to show, they're starting to wear down. They're not getting any pressure on Maverick right now. Maverick with time to throw, and it's been effective.
Well, again, a great throw from the right hash across to the other side of the field for the 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 19 in the red zone. Under 5 minutes. Maverick looks to his left, now scrambles to his right. Down on a knee, Graham will make the catch at the 15. Second down and 6. The good thing about this drive, if you have to score twice, so certainly want your touchdown here if you can, but a field goal does well too. And now you're in field goal range. Maverick though scrambles up to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. He's got the 10. He's got the 5. He is right at the goal line. They'll mark him short at the 1. Mavericks' first big run of the night. 1st and goal, Wildcats at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, great job. Maverick steps up, takes off running. A lot of times he looks to throw first, but saw a big wide open lane and got down to the 1. Andy, you mentioned maybe looking a little tired. It's 82 degrees here. In Idaho, it's 58. A little bit different temperature here in Abilene, Texas.
So 1st and goal, Wildcats. Trying to make it a 1-score game with less than 4 to go. Johnson powers forward. He is waiting for a signal into the end zone. It's a Wildcat touchdown. Johnson's first touchdown tonight. It is touchdown number 6. The power back has it a 1-score game, 27-23, extra point to follow.
Opportunity to make this a 3-point game. Again, great job by the AC Wildcat offensive line to get the push to get Johnson in the end zone.
A 9-play, 72-yard drive, 4:14 off the clock. Vase PAT is on the way. It's a 3-point spread with 3:47 left. Vandals 27. ACU with 21 unanswered. They've got 24. Great finish coming up here in Abilene. Well, with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, Idaho had a 27-3 lead. Over the last 15 minutes, it's 21 unanswered. Ryan, we got a ball game with 4 minutes left.
Oh, we do, and Maverick's starting to get a little confidence. You know, you could always say, man, I'd like to have that first half back, but Maverick put it behind him. The ACU offense put that behind him, and now have made it a 3-point game here with 3:47 left to go. Abilene Christian 3 timeouts, Idaho Vandals 2 timeouts. Plenty of time, a lot of football left to go here in Abilene, Texas.
210 yards of offense for ACU in their last 3 touchdown scoring drives. Williams back deep, 2 yards deep in the end zone as Meskey approaches the football. Williams a chance to return. He'll catch it right outside the 5 on the run. 15-20 and dropped inside the 25. Ryan, we talked about it when the last drive started. Jack Wagner will have to get on the field and try to match what Maverick MacGyver and company have done. Great scoring drive by the Wildcats.
Yeah, here we go. You got Maverick looking.
Maverick just drove the Wildcats down the field. Different receivers. Martinez, Graham had a nice drive. Martinez with the catch.
And then he was able to do it on his legs, being able to take off. We hadn't seen a whole lot of that this year from Maverick, but took off running. And then, of course, Isaiah Johnson capping that off for the drive and for the touchdown.
So Wagner and company first and 10 at the 23. Wildcat faithful getting on their feet. Handoff Cummings right side. 3, maybe 4. That tackle, Alex Bowman. 2nd down and 6. Coach Keith Patterson not diving into the timeouts just yet. See how the next few plays play out.
And will they give it, keep the ball in the hands of Wagner, or continue to ride Cummings and Thomas on this drive?
2nd and 6 at the 27. It's Wildcat. Cummings coming left. Nice block. Gets him loose. He's out across the 35. The block actually by Cummings. It was kept by Thomas, who gets the first down. Great lead block there by Cummings.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You get the Wildcat. 2 big threats back there with Cummings and Thomas. And now they get another set of downs here for the Vandals.
I would anticipate you'll see majority of the same here. Northern Colorado had some success running the football late in the fourth quarter last week. That play clock will milk down. It's under 10. Wagner will get it to 5. Handoff Cummings. Bounces left. With the leg drive all the way out close to the 45. 9 for Cummings. All yards after contact. Wildcats will go ahead and burn their first time out with 2:09 remaining. The Texas boy with 9 on first down.
Yeah, and you hear all the time, hey, drive your legs, keep those legs going, keep those legs going. And that's exactly what Cummings does here. Takes Schaefer for a little bit of a ride on just shy of the first down, and forces the AC Wildcats and Coach Patterson to call that first timeout. And I'm like you, Andy, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see, if that ball goes in the air, it's going to be a safe swing pass. But I would anticipate this drive continuing to stay on the ground and forcing the AC Wildcats to use the remainder of their timeouts.
Total yardage has evened up as Idaho owned the total yardage at halftime, but now the Vandals with 418 total yards. ACU is up to 362, so much closer than it was at the halftime break. 21 unanswered for the Wildcats here in this second half. Vandals trying to hang on and get out of Abilene, move to 3-1 before they start Big Sky Conference play next week.
And guess what they're doing? They're going on the road.
UC Davis 7 days from today. 2nd down and 1, it's Wildcat. Right side, 1st down, pile drive for Thomas. And a huge 1st down as ACU now just 2 timeouts. They'll take their 2nd with 2:01 left. And now it becomes the next three downs here are critical. 1 more 1st down for Idaho and they can run out the clock.
And I couldn't tell if they got the timeout or if this was the 2-minute.
That's correct.
2-minute warning again that we mentioned that has been that's kind of come into play. Wonder how long it took for coaches to say, you know what, let's take advantage of that.
So it is the 2-minute timeout. So the Wildcats still with 2 timeouts as we come down the stretch. 27-24. Idaho led 20-3 at the half. They scored on their first drive of the 2nd half to extend it out to a 24-point lead. ACU offense has finally come to life here late in the 3rd quarter and the entirety of the 4th with 21 unanswered. ACU defense needs 1 more stop. Idaho offense trying to get 1 more 1st down.
And Idaho's got a brand new set of downs here. This is where you start trying to find a way. If you're the Wildcat defense, you're going to try to find a way to strip, try to get a turnover to force, to give yourself another chance to put some points on the board.
Cummings tonight, 14 carries for 56 yards. Thomas, 13 carries for 61. Coach Eck called him a great 1-2 punch. And that's how they've been. Wagner will be in the normal offensive set.
And they've kind of helped take some of that pressure. Wagner kind of got off a little bit here in the 2nd half, and Cummings and Thomas have been able to relieve their redshirt quarterback.
Final 2 minutes in Abilene. 1st down and 10. Idaho on their own 48. Here's Wagner. Handoff, bouncing to the right, short gain Thomas. Keith Patterson, go ahead and burn that timeout. He and associate head coach Nick Holt, former head coach at Idaho, now coaching on the other side in the purple and white. 2nd down and 8. As the ball is right on the 50-yard line. 1:56 left.
And don't you anticipate?
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Wildcats. They are back in United Athletic Conference play next week on the road at Utah Tech. They're back at home in 2 weeks and another good one, top 10 Central Arkansas in the UAC. They will be here on October the 5th. For Idaho, they start conference play next week in the Big Sky. On the road again at UC Davis. They're at home versus Northern Arizona on October 5th. No Montana on the schedule this year for Idaho in the Big Sky. It's an unbalanced schedule, so the Vandals and the Grizz do not play this year. 1:56 left here. ACU still with 1 timeout. 2nd down and 8 right at the 50-yard line. Back to the Wildcats set. Thomas to take the snap on 2nd and 8. He'll keep it left side, stretching, short gain, hit at the 49. 3rd down and about 6 coming up. ACU has called their final timeout with 1:50 left.
Kagan Roach out there on the outside. Slowed Johnson down a little bit for the rest of the Wildcats to get there to get the tackle. 3rd down. Andy, we saw on 4th and short a while ago, Idaho went to the end zone. I don't see that here.
I see a run play to run clock, no more timeouts. So you get to run a 40-second play clock. And then I see punt the football, force ACU to drive majority of the field with what will be about a minute on the clock and no timeouts. Now, Ritzy Vase, don't forget, hit a 54-yard field goal last week on the last play of the game versus Northern Colorado. First things first here, I think Idaho runs the football, milks the clock, because if nothing else, even if you don't get the first down and punt the football, maybe a minute for ACU to work with.
Yeah, and they had a lot of success in the first half offensively all the way around and on third down. But here now, total 6 for 13 on third down conversions. And for the Wildcats, this 14th one is big as well for the Vandals.
3rd down and 7. Ball's at the 49. They need the ACU 42. Motion into the backfield. Wagner keeping it on the left side. He does stay in bounds. No gain on the left side as Wright made the tackle. Smart job by Wagner to get down in bounds. I thought he might have run out of bounds, but he's smart and he gets down. The clock will run. Wildcats will have a chance with the football in the last minute.
Yeah, he takes off, and exactly right, Andy. Maybe young as a starter, but understood. Get down, keep that clock rolling. And now the ACU Wildcats are going to get another possession.
Jason Eck, no personnel on the field. He'll have to call a timeout with about 1:03 on the game clock. 4th down and 7. And there is the timeout. 1:04 on the game clock and an Idaho timeout. There's a look at Maverick MacGyver making his 24th start as a Wildcat quarterback. Clapping the hands together, he'll get a chance to get the Wildcats in tying range or game-winning opportunity here at the last minute.
Yeah, again, Wagner trying to get outside just to keep the play alive, keep the drive going, and keep that clock rolling. And again, we mentioned Wagner smart enough to get down and stay in bounds. But Andy, Maverick, this is what you dream about. Comeback victories, comeback wins, opportunity, family weekend, a lot of people here. You mentioned the crowd, attendance that's been here, a lot of folks still here, great atmosphere. And this is what we anticipated. 2 top 25 teams, and this is what we're getting. And we're glad you're tuned in to ESPN+.
11,719 the attendance tonight, the 3rd largest in ACU history. As here is the punt. It is away. Martinez back deep. It will go into the end zone. It's a touchback. 57 seconds left in Abilene. Wildcats no timeouts. Again, field goal range, if you look at a 54-yarder, you need to get inside the 40-yard line. So at least 40 yards of offense needed, probably 45 to 50 yards of offense to get Ritzy Vase into his range. Again, a 54-yarder in the last play last week versus Northern Colorado to walk it off.
And one of the things that Coach Patterson was on a local radio show this week, and he talked about last week's win showed that, hey, we can win these close games. And so now this gives you an opportunity to win another close game. And let's see what Maverick and the Wildcats do tonight.
It's a 4-receiver set, trips to the right side. 4-man pressure. Maverick steps out of the pocket. Pressure from behind. He's sacked at the 15-yard line. Sacked from behind. The sack by Zach Krotzer. And the clock runs with 40 seconds left. 2nd down and 15. 4-man pressure again. Maverick right at the line of scrimmage. So it's deep down the field. It's incomplete. Taylor, the intended receiver, far sideline.
Maverick steps in there, takes off. Looks like he was going to run. Goes and throws it. Couldn't tell if it got tipped or not.
30 seconds left, 3rd down and 15.
One thing you can't do, Andy, is take another sack if you're MacGyver.
From the 15-yard line. 4-man pressure again, near side. Ball caught and out of bounds, and a late hit, the flag's flying. Catch on the near side, Hunt Graham at the 36. Then takes a late hit out of bounds. This ball will be right at the 50-yard line.
And Keyshawn James Newby was chasing down Maverick again. Maverick steps up, finds Graham. Graham takes it, catches it clean, takes the big hit, stays in bounds. clock stops 15 yards, and the drive is extended.
Defense.
So the ball will be at the Idaho
15 yards from the dead ball spot.
Wildcats are 10 to maybe 15 yards away from Ritzy Vase field goal range. 24 seconds left, no timeouts. 21 unanswered for the Wildcats from the 4-minute mark of the third quarter until now. Idaho led 27-3. ACU a chance to get in field goal range. From the Idaho 49, MacGyver shot on the left side, throws it well underthrown and incomplete. Receiver was J.J. Henry, but that ball skips in front with 20 seconds left.
Again, 20 seconds left because you're trying to figure out a way to get that next score, whether it's a touchdown or you get Ritzy in his range. The middle of the field is still open, Andy, because you can run up there and spike it as long as you get the first down.
2nd and 10 from the Idaho 49. MacGyver, 4-man pressure again. He throws center of the field. Taylor on a slide and skipped in, incomplete. Could not quite hold it. Maverick had pressure in his face, had to throw off his back foot. Couldn't quite get enough velocity on that one. It's 3rd down and 10.
Again, Keyshawn James Newby again up in the vision, if you will, of Maverick MacGyver. Coming up short, 14 seconds left. Depending on what you get here, Andy, 2 plays.
Depends on what happens here. You have to throw past the sticks and spike or get to the sideline out of bounds. 3rd down and 10 from the 49. Maverick, good pocket, steps up in it, chase from behind. He's got to get a first down or the clock's going to run out. He fumbles the football, and Idaho recovers at the 34. Into the hands of Matt Irwin. And Idaho will sneak out of Abilene with a 3-point win. Maverick had to run with the football. Anything short of a first down, the clock would have run out. And he has the ball stripped from behind and recovered by the Idaho defense. Matt Irwin, the fumble recovery. Idaho 1 snap and a knee, and they will move to 3-1 and get out of Abilene with a 3-point win.
And Zach Krotzer, who had the sack at the beginning, is the one that knocked the ball loose from Maverick. Big play there.
Victory formation for Wagner. The 4th-ranked team in the country will get out of Abilene with a win. Built a 20-3 halftime lead, scored on their first drive of the second half, led 27-3. ACU with 21 unanswered and a chance with the football there, Ryan, but Idaho defense, their 3rd takeaway of the night.
And we talked about how that was going to be the big deal. Offense versus the ACU offense versus Idaho's defense. And then, unfortunately, ACU comes up a little short. Big play by the Vandals. And, again, tonight lived up to what we thought it might be, Andy. 2 nationally ranked teams. And Idaho heading back for that 4th road game with a W.
Mutual respect on the field. You can see it for both of these teams. Idaho, the 27-24 win. Let's send it downstairs. We've got Joseph and Roman ready to wrap us up. Guys, it's all yours.
Well, thank you, Andy. Well, Roman, this game certainly lived up to expectations. This was a top ESPN game here tonight, and unfortunately for the Wildcats, they weren't able to get it done, but it was an exciting second half of football.
It absolutely was. I mean, the Wildcat team that came out the first 3 weeks showed up in that second half, but the penalties and the turnovers really cost them towards the end there.
And looking ahead for the Wildcats and the Vandals, what are you looking for them before conference play creeps up for both teams?
Right, the Wildcats have 7 straight conference games to end the season here. They got to be good there. They got to take care of the ball. They got to run their offense that they've been running all season long. That didn't happen tonight. So they got to get back to that offense. And for the Vandals, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. This defense is no joke. And ultimately, the offense, even with the backup quarterback, has been really good. So just doing what they're doing.
We take a look here at the final numbers of the match between number 19 Abilene Christian, number 4 Idaho. Again, it was a total half of ACU and Idaho. But again, this was just a great game here between two teams.
It absolutely was, and the Wildcats have got to run the ball more, but the biggest thing jumping out there is just the 90 total rushing yards in a run-based offense.
Well, it certainly lived up to expectations here at Anthony Field at Wildcat Stadium. To end off here our post-game show, Joseph Chapa, Roman Raffelli here signing off. Andy, Ryan, back to you guys up there in the booth.
Hey, gentlemen, great job down field level and a great game. 60 minutes of FCS football, nationally ranked FCS football, goes the way of the Idaho Vandals. Idaho 27, ACU 24. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference, the United Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live. They're archived on the ESPN app. Until next time, for Ryan Holmes, Daisy Strine, Joseph Chapa, Roman Raffelli, and the whole crew led by Huck Harris, I'm Andy Penny saying so long, take care, good night from Abilene, Texas.